everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Chesterton High School as the Region Sports Network presents live coverage of Week 5 of Indiana High School football as the 9th-ranked Valparaiso Vikings take on the 10th-ranked Chesterton Trojans. I'm Captain Malader, and I'll have the play-by-play for all of tonight's action. Joining me with the color analysis tonight is Mike Dewan. Good evening, Mike. Trophy games are always so much fun.
Kevin, who has it better than us? Trophy, I get some hardware on the line. No, we're not in October or November just yet where these two teams could potentially meet like they did last year, but a rivalry game, a trophy's on the line, like you said, something we'll talk about here later in the broadcast. But two teams especially, yes, there's a trophy on the line, but we need to find some identities for these teams. We've seen some flashes in these early parts of the season, but before you know it, hey, it's Week 5 already, my friend. It's it's kind of starting time to crack down the mistakes and get ready, for when some real hardware's on the line.
Yeah, let's start with Valpo. I think it's the one that surprised probably the common fan throughout the region. 1-3 start, 1-1 in the Duneland Conference. Last week, though, like I said, the common fan would be surprised against a loss at home against Michigan City. And Bill Marshall said it as best that he needs to find a way to make sure his boys play a complete game tonight.
Yeah, they need to put together a full 4 quarters. And, you look at how the game went last week against Michigan City, a team that has also shown some flashes as that potential, now one of two undefeated teams in the DAC with Crown Point, and one of those teams that could has a big test tonight. But, this is a Valpo team that now, so far, again, although a tough schedule, 1-3, you got Brother Rice, you got Penn in the opener, you play Michigan City, a good bounce-back win against LaPorte in Week 3, but they have 2 one-score losses, something that is kind of unlike Valparaiso. Bill Marshall, we know, again, one of the winningest coaches throughout the region. He's going to get these guys right, but a very uncharacteristic start, obviously, with the record. And then you look into the games, and you and I did the Penn game Week 1. It was something similar to what we saw against Michigan City, where Valpo had their chances. They had a chance to tie the game after some defensive and offensive heroics in the fourth quarter. But, a last-second turnover, a 4th and goal or whatever that was, I believe Penn scooped it, and, they got the win there. Same thing with Michigan City. Offense puts together a good drive, and they can't get it done. Hoping to get, a bounce back tonight in the game that, again, everything kind of goes out the window when gearing up for this one.
Chesterton so far, not only are they trying to get back above 500, both overall and in the DAC, they're trying to break a streak. They've lost 13 consecutive games to Valparaiso, 10 in the regular season. And if you're going to come into a rivalry game where you have that big of a losing streak against your rival, helps when you had a good get-right game a week ago.
No, for sure. And, Chesterton, again, they found their way back into our Enigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. And, yeah, we take it back 2 weeks ago when they played a common opponent in Michigan City, and that was a team that it was 7-7 at half, a third quarter, a brutal third quarter from Chesterton, really kind of put the game out of reach. And a great get-back game, like you said. Again, two teams that Chesterton, again, they had homecoming last week, got a big win against LaPorte. Their defense especially played tremendous in that one, and Hunter Boyd, their quarterback, is only getting better. And then you look at Valparaiso on the other side, again, that tough loss last week to Michigan City. If I were to go strictly off momentum, and obviously there's a lot more details to pick a winner here, but Chesterton wins that battle for sure.
Trojans haven't beaten Valparaiso in the regular season since, get this, exactly 11 years to the day, September 19th, 2014. Coach Peterson has never beaten Valpo, and he's never beaten Bill Marshall in his time. How much do you feel like he wants to get that monkey off his back tonight?
Oh, no kidding. And again, this is if not now, maybe sometime in November when they're meeting in the sectionals. Again, this sectional is definitely wide open as the Trojans now take the field here. But this is, again, a rivalry. Again, these two schools not separated by that much. And, yeah, the longest tenured coach in Northwest Indiana is Mark Peterson, and not having a win against your biggest rival. He's done some great things with the program, but that's one box I think you definitely need to check if you were to take a look at just the legacy. And Mark Peterson done some great things with this program, of course. Was one of the biggest surprises in the conference and in the region last year, and they're putting together another great team. But to beat the Valparaiso Vikings, this would be a good box to check, especially tonight.
Real quick, what's one key for each side before we take a quick break?
Valparaiso, from what we saw, looking at the quarterback there, Kellen Hosick, he's done some great things. He's really kind of growing in his second season under center, but it's been kind of a tough start in terms of handling the football. A 3-touchdown to 4 interception ratio. We hit on it earlier. Of course, Valparaiso also has to play a full 4 quarters, and I think to do that especially, you have to limit those turnovers, and I think that starts with kind of the pass-heavy offense of Valparaiso. For Chesterton, I think you got to, of course, ride that momentum like you said, and I want to see, again, keep taking the leash and getting the reins off of Hunter Boyd, the quarterback. He's only looked, better week by week, and they're getting more comfortable. The coaching staff, as well as he is, only a sophomore quarterback, and when you have a running back in your backfield like Andrew Govea, who could really assist you in kind of the play-action game. If they want to put points up on the board against a Valparaiso defense that's also trying to find their identity, I'd say let Hunter Boyd kind of do his thing.
Sophomores looked really good the last couple of weeks. So have Chesterton. They're trying to break the streak against Valparaiso. A trophy's on the line tonight. When we come back, we'll have the game time forecast as well as the starting lineups. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crown Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crown Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crown Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. George's Gyro Spot. Check out the menu online at georgesgyrospot.com. Captain Leader Mike DeWan enjoying your company on this gorgeous Friday night. Unseasonably warm here for a Friday night in middle of September. But either way, you'll take it for all of our friends who live throughout the Midwest. It's time now for the Friday night forecast, and it's brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. And tonight's forecast, we said it's unseasonably warm for September 19th, 78 degrees. Ooh. With the feels like of 79 degrees. By the way, we talk about unseasonably warm. 15 degrees above the annual average on this day in previous years. 4-mile-per-hour winds out of the northeast, so kicking game shouldn't be impacted at all. And light humidity and 0% chance of precipitation. That is the Friday night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. Valparaiso slowly makes the trot on the field, and you can see on your screen the boos they're being greeted by by the Chesterton student section. It's cool when you get these two teams. Obviously, the proximity impacts it a lot. 7.2 miles apart, 14-minute drive between these two campuses. Valpo was greeted with boos when they left the field after pregame warm-ups. You can already see they're being greeted with boos as they take the field yet again. Vikings 1-3, 1-1 in the Duneland Conference. They need to find a way to get back into the win column and play a full 4 quarters. Coach Bill Marshall says it's the blessing and the curse of our record. He says it's still, look at it from the glass half full. We haven't played a full 4 quarters in. We've had several one-possession games. They feel pretty good about that.
It's a long season, and it's, there's goals in mind when you're entering seasons. You want to win this conference in the Duneland, and you drop a game, you lose one of those close, 4-quarter games, then you got to kind of recoup and okay, maybe we need some help in the Duneland, whatever, if we want to accomplish that goal. Now it's okay, can we just get to playing solid 4-quarter football and get to where we need to be when it really matters? And that comes again week 10, week 11, week 12, and so on and so forth. And again, to do that here tonight, this is a potential future opponent like we saw last year between these two squads. Chesterton within that sectional 9 in the Class 5A with Michigan City, an opponent that both of these teams saw and lost to in these previous 2 weeks, and LaPorte. So this is, again, at this point in time, and in Bill Marshall especially, is you either kind of win or you learn. And there's definitely some learning moments in Valpo's 3 losses here so far. But again, that record does not paint the full picture when you have to play Brother Rice going across the border, in that second time and that second week, open up against Penn. They're hoping to get back on track, and tonight's a good opportunity to do so, but it's no cakewalk here.
So you're pointing the Brother Rice game for our friends here in the state of Indiana who may not follow Illinois high school football as closely as you follow region football. Brother Rice is a team that is most likely going to win the state of Illinois this year. They are a high-level powerhouse football team that is not a bad loss at all, despite what the scoreboard says and despite what you might just say by looking at the schedule. That's a really good quality football team that they played back in week 2. Here are the projected starters on offense for Bill Marshall's football team. Kellen Hosek, the senior quarterback, will get the start under center. His right-hand man in the backfield will be Gage Finley, another senior. The 2 wide receivers tonight starting Sam Bernard and James Parisi. He feels like James Parisi is the guy and the pick to click for this offense. Mateo Machiche will be the starting tight end. Offensive line from left tackle to right tackle. It's Caleb Hazlett at left tackle, Rigby Gora at left guard. Jake Lape is the starting center. He's actually been the highest graded offensive lineman on this Valpo team, even as being the center. The 5'10 senior's done a great job. Wyatt Livingstone at right guard, Evan Campbell at right tackle. The defense for Valparaiso, they run a traditional 4-3 front. Dean Papakronis at the end, Ryan Sheik at defensive tackle, Cameron Esbell at defensive tackle, and Lucas Peterson at the end as they stare across the field as Chesterton takes the field. Blackout game for the rivals, the Trojans, 2-2, and you had a rivalry game combined with a blackout. You're feeling pretty good about yourselves if you're the home side tonight, trying to eliminate some of that mojo of years past. The rest of the Valpo starting defense: Brody Wheeler at the Viking position, Benjamin Fedorchuk, the veteran middle linebacker. The Mike is Evan Courtney. Aiden Needles, Eli McGee, Ethan Poisel, and Anwar Banks is the secondary. The 2 corners playing well, especially the sophomore Anwar Banks. For Chesterton, Trojans tonight, we mentioned it in the top of our show, haven't beaten Valpo in 10 consecutive regular season matchups. Hunter Boyd is their starting quarterback tonight. He's looked better and better each and every day, but the guy who stirs the drink on this Chesterton offense, Andrew Gavea.
He really took over as kind of that bell cow running back last year. I mean, when these two teams played, this was in week 5 of last year, obviously same time. He logged 41 carries, 251 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Despite the loss, he was a guy that was asked to do a lot last year, and he was a big piece of the puzzle that led to what was a pleasant surprise of a season for the Chesterton Trojans. Now, again, looking at so far kind of this year, he's a great guy to have in your backfield, but when you have a quarterback like Hunter Boyd, who's shown a lot of flashes in the passing game, Gouveia almost now with kind of the track record of kind of this bell cow and kind of this guy that could really make some money, in the backfield. He kind of almost serves as a little bit of a decoy and some sort of, another headache for that defense that, hey, if we got this quarterback in the backfield that can put the ball in the right spot, it makes it a little bit easier when you got 13 in your backfield with Andrew Gouveia.
Senior tailback will look to play a huge role tonight. The wide receivers, the projected starters, the senior Gus Wish, the senior Lewis Raffin. Dylan Bradford is the slated starter tonight. However, don't be surprised if you see a lot of Michael Rome. The two have kind of been playing a week-by-week basis on who gets the start or not. Also, keep in mind, you might see a fullback in there. Patrick Mokin
Gotta love the
will be that guy. Old school.
Love it. Hey,
from Chesterton. You don't see that too often anymore. They play, though, a very standard defensive front at the high school level, 4-3 as well. Gabe Vialo is the end. Colin Kellogg and Tyler Damers are the 2 D tackles. Zane Westerlund is the other end. The linebacking core, these are their big three, and they feel their defense goes when their linebackers go. It's Lucas Anderson, Roberto Stabolito, and Caden Sherwood. The defensive backs are Peyton Dilbick, Isaiah Prater, Logan Chestovich, and Bradley Robinson. They don't actually list positions because all 4 of them can play all 4 defensive back spots.
Who doesn't like good positional versatility? But yeah, that defensive unit, especially in kind of that back half, the linebackers. Lucas Anderson had quite the evening last time around against LaPorte. I believe he had 2 defensive touchdowns. Did have a pick 6, and he's got 28 tackles on the season. 4 of them coming for a loss. Chestovich as well, also tied for the team lead with Anderson with 28 total tackles. And yeah, again, these are guys that they're going to rotate, kind of put all throughout the field, and really, again, give your offense some headaches here as well.
Coin toss has come and gone. Chesterton fired up. It was a really close 2 games in last year between these 2 sides. Valpo in the regular season matchup meeting their version of the Philly special to walk it off. Chesterton in so many years has come just so close to finally getting over that hump. Bill Marshall said, hey, look, it doesn't matter who's the heavy favorites in the game. Does not matter when you're playing your rivals, especially on the road.
Everything out the window here, Kevin. Not pulling any punches. The full playbook might be open. The November's playbook might be in play here tonight in terms of you want to win this game. Both these players do. Both these communities do, and especially given the course of the season, they really want this win here tonight, and we're just happy to be here and call it.
Let's do it. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. The Campbell Meridian Cup is on the line. Valpo winning the toss and deferring their option in the second half. And cutting upfield up to just side of the 25-yard line is Lewis Reff, and that's his first kick return on the season. So here comes Hunter Boyd. The sophomore signal caller has looked really good so far this season, has completed 59% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, just 1 interception.
It's the beauty of playing in the Duneland. You have to grow up pretty quickly, and so far he's done just that. Again, week 1, those first few games of the season, definitely a little bit more conservative. It's tough to kind of see, you know what you get in the course of the summer, but when you hit up, play a different jersey, that kind of shows you your true colors. But he's looking really good here, and going to have a good game here tonight, hopefully.
Raffin goes in motion on first down and 10. It's Govea right up the middle, and he will barrel his way forward across the 30-yard line. He dragged Sam Thorgreen with him, and that's about a 6.5-yard pickup on first down.
I'll tell you this, Kevin. One thing that Valparaiso hopefully worked on all week if they wanted to stand a chance in this game is tackling. Govea is a problem. He's a tough one to bring down in the backfield, and he is a north-south runner. You have to go for the legs. You have to get a bunch of green hats on the football because if you don't, it's going to be a long night.
Give him 5, actually, on first down and 10. Govea third in the Duneland Conference in rushing yards this season. Boyd fakes the motion, gives it off. Govea again, stutter steps, finds a hole, and plugs his way forward for a Chesterton first down. And that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Something that we've seen a lot. Again, Govea was kind of put in that position last year to kind of be that bell cow running back. Again, they had some injuries at the quarterback position. Brady McCormick was their guy last year. I think he suffered an injury, I want to say, against LaPorte last year on a touchdown run, tore his ACL. And then they kind of went to, the Wildcat formation with Govea and really, ask a lot of him. So far, it's been the Govea show here in these first 2 plays.
Raffin in motion again. Govea trying to find a hole off right tackle. This time, Valpo ready for it. There's a 2-yard pickup. Fedorchak and Reese Balog there on the stop.
Fedorchak, a 3-year starter, has had a lot of reps with this team, knows what it takes, has seen those great Valparaiso defenses, and I believe he was a freshman when Valparaiso won the state title, so he understands, what this community does and what it means for that, to have success, and he's the leader of this defense for sure.
6 foot, 214-pound senior, Fedorchak is. Raffin again in motion, a lot of pre-snap candy. Govea trying to find a hole, lowers his shoulder, and turns his back on a couple defenders and crosses the 45.
They are just, again, I think so far, Kevin, it's just been run. But that is a promising sign for the Chesterton faithful, this offensive line especially. They got some cats up front that could move the pile, led by Carlos Leon and Orison, all area mentioned last year. And he's going to be the guy to kind of lead things, and we talked about Govea, but these plays as well, potentially a setup play. Who knows? The big 3rd and 2 here.
Govea's gotten the ball on all 4 calls so far. First 3rd down of the game is an Andrew Govea inside handoff, and that time Valpo's going to stuff him shy of the line to gain. That was well played up the middle. It was Ethan Poisel, one of the safeties, who came in crashing down for the stop.
And a lot of just more motion. Again, looked like kind of a counter play there for Govea. Had a pulling guard, and that time Valparaiso stuffs that one out of 4th and 1 here, and looks like they're going to wheel out the punt team here.
They were contemplating it, Mark Peterson was, as the line of scrimmage is his own 46. The line to gain was the 48-yard line.
That's a valiant stop there. Valiant effort from Valparaiso to, again, all run plays there so far. Valpo to stand tall on a 3rd and short, stuffing Govea.
Mace Redmond, the punter, and it'll be a short kick. Valpo's going to let it bounce. Got to be careful you don't touch it. And it'll be down right at the Valpo 25-yard line by a member of the hands team. And so here comes the Valparaiso offense. First time for the senior Kellen Hosek. And Bill Marshall's had been very open and honest. He said, look, we've asked him to throw the ball way more than he ever has in his career. But he's liked what he's seen the last couple of games from him.
Yeah, again, you get rid of those kind of first few week jitters. Again, Kevin, we have to mention, no matter what your pedigree is, no matter what your experience is, you open up your first 2 weeks against Penn and Brother Rice. It's not going to be easy, and you might be a little bit shaky, especially at the quarterback position to start, but I'm sure he's kind of easing in as now we enter week 5.
Gage Finley, the featured tailback, gets the call on 1st and 10 and runs it right up into the belly of the defense for a 1-yard pickup. That was well played there by Kellogg and Damers, the 2 interior defensive tackles, as well as the linebacking core of Chesterton. It's a 1-yard gain.
Now, one thing that's been synonymous with Valparaiso football, at least over these past few seasons, is running the football. That has not been the case this season. In 2024, 173 rushing yards per game, 5.7 yards per pop. Those numbers have dwindled down to 101 yards per game and 3.8 yards per carry. Those numbers will have to improve, not only for this game, but over the course of the season. Granted, again, you got a gunslinger at quarterback in Hosek.
He motions out his running back. They'll flip it out to him on the wheel route, and Finley lit up in the backfield by Isaiah Prater. That was perfectly read by the secondary. The junior Prater picking up his 11th tackle of the season. Didn't play a week ago against LaPorte with an injury, and now it sets up a 3rd and long.
Looks like someone's been watching film. Obviously, we saw that a lot from week 1 against Valparaiso. Expanding the field horizontally, throwing those swing passes, those run/pass plays, the ones that we got to really get into our stats and see what it counted as. And Chesterton snuffed that one out. Now a 3rd and 12, DBs especially, do not get bit deep because this is a quarterback that could really make, this is where he really is magical.
Loss of 4 on the play. Hosek, plenty of time, rifles one down the seam. He's got a man for a 1st down. Shy of the 40-yard line is James Parisi. He's the leading receiver this season, 5'8", $165. That's his 26th catch on the year.
He's just been, this has been a revamped Valparaiso receiver room, and Parisi had a little bit of time last year at the varsity level, but this was, again, a whole new group. You have to replace Julian Stokes, Austin McKenzie. It's just 2 of the biggest pass catchers on this squad, and Parisi has been fantastic in these first few games of the season.
That was a 16-yard pickup for Valparaiso. Finley running it around left tackle. Good blocks outside, and he gets across the 45.
It's a promising run there from Valparaiso. Finley often asked, he's not one of those bruiser running backs. He's more of somebody that could really kind of punish you outside. Is also, again, he's a guy that they're going to line up out wide and throw him those swing passes and trust him to make those catches and maybe make a couple moves and really challenge those guys out in space.
Yeah, he picked up 7 yards there, averaging just 4.5 per tote this year. Triplets off to the right here for Hosek on 2nd and short. Option look, Hosek, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down and 3.
That play is so tough. The mesh, again, just sort of, Hosek has a read there. He's reading the end line end man in the line of scrimmage. And again, you, as a running back, kind of in that case, you're kind of chomping at the bit to take the handoff. Hey, he got the ball, in your belly, and as a running back there, you're trying to kind of, are you giving it to me? Are you not? And then it's something that's worked up so much over time in the summer. That little bit of miscommunication there, and Chesterton gets in the backfield to force now. What is it? 3rd and 3 here.
3rd and 3. Valpo converted on 3rd and 13 a couple of moments ago. Hosick looking to throw, fire short, curl route, it's caught, first down. Parisi again, far sideline, and he's in the Chesterton territory to the 46-yard line of the Trojans.
And again, also over the course of this season, especially with the pass attack like Valparaiso, you see the trust to really grow. Again, Parisi has really kind of ironed himself out as, I am the number one guy in this receiving core, this young receiving core. And again, the connection between these two, again, just kind of a quick route there, get to the sticks, get out of bounds, and Valparaiso now in enemy territory.
That was Vennard actually with the catch along that far sideline on the curl pattern. Hosick again, swing pass out. Finley out of the backfield, and he'll muscle his way back to the line of scrimmage. That's all.
Sam Bernard, another piece of the puzzle that has to kind of replace those before him, and he's been a guy as well to watch out here. He's only a junior, so he's going to be a cat that's going to be a staple for this Valparaiso program, especially on the outside. Obviously, with Hosick being a senior, some pieces will have to change there, but Bernard has also had a solid start to the season in the receiving game.
Second down, and they're going to spot him about a long 2nd down and 10. Finley in motion again. Hosick, good pocket, lets it fly down the middle of the field for Parisi, and that one's nearly intercepted. That was well played by Peyton Dilbeck. Career high in individual tackles this season. That's his first PBU in 2025, and now it sets up 3rd and long again for Valparaiso.
Looking at the play there, looks like Hosick was under duress a little bit, something we kind of saw week 1 against Penn, and had the receiver open, tried to kind of lead him over the back shoulder. Pressure might have caused that throw to be a little bit errant, and just got out of harm's way there. A good pass break up there by Chesterton, but now another 3rd down. Valparaiso on this drive, 2 for 2. Again, Hosick, this is especially when, this Chesterton defense, I wouldn't mind putting some pressure on him, maybe forcing another errant throw like that.
Vennard and Parisi both at the top of your screen. Keep in mind the 2 leading targets so far for Hosick in this game and on the year. Plenty of time, looks down the seam for Vennard. It's incomplete. That was well defended by Bradley Robinson. And Bill Marshall will send out the punt unit for the first time.
I'm telling you, these defensive backs especially are going to have to come here to play for Chesterton, and so far through this first drive, another kind of similar situation to Valparaiso. Bend, but do not break. You gave up a first down, gave up a couple, but the defense stands tall. Got some pressure on Hosick on the play before, and so far shaping up to be a good one here. Definitely a chess match here, Kevin. What we probably expected.
Defenses excelling early. Faudner to punt it away for Valparaiso. And that's a bomb off his right foot. Fielding it from his 12-yard line. Flag down on the return, and this will come back. And so that's going to pretty much negate that entire return and more from Chesterton.
And again, a close game like this, Kevin, these penalties as well. What team's going to play a cleaner brand of football? One of those to win those 4 quarters, kind of what has been kind of elusive for Valparaiso, and potentially all programs is again, drive killers, stuff like that, to really back your team up. With the early indication on Chesterton, which this is, that's going to stall them and put them inside their own 20.
Holding on the return, so it'll back them up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So, line of scrimmage, the 15-yard line of Chesterton. So they're going to have to go 85 yards for Pater. Second drive, opening drive, 5 plays, all Andrew Gavea carries. Raff in the motion man again. Fakes to Gavea. Boyd looking down the middle of the field. One-on-one coverage. It's incomplete. He overthrew his intended target of Gus Wish. That was well defended from Valparaiso.
And there it is. There's kind of your shot play there. Again, you see similar motion from Rafin, and then have kind of that post route there. One-on-one coverage just out through him. Got tangled up a little bit, but not enough to signal a flag there. Good shot there, but Valparaiso stands tall.
That was J.Q. Varnado in pass coverage there for the Vikings.
Sticky. Sticky coverage out there.
Don't say stick 'em, though. Gavea tries to lower his shoulder, and 3 defenders were there. Evan Courtney took the brunt of it, but gets credited for the tackle. It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, again, even, in a play like that, sometimes you just got to fall backwards if you're, when you get, a shoulder in your chest like Andrew Gavea. He's a tough one to bring down, but again, 3rd and 9 here. Know the down and distance. They might be looking to throw here or something short, a screen potentially here for Chesterton. Valparaiso converted a lot offensively on these 3rd downs. Let's see what Chesterton has in their bag of tricks.
Courtney just treated Andrew Gavea like a teddy bear. They motion Gavea out. Boyd, plenty of time, looks far side, overshoots everyone, and it's a 3-and-out for the Trojans.
A potential battle of field position here. That penalty backs you up if you're Chesterton. 3-and-out there, get that defense right back on the field, get Valpo's offense back on the field that was clicking a little bit, got inside of enemy territory. And now if you get a decent punt here to go your way, you're in business.
Breezy and Lovig, the 2 deep men, shading right around midfield, awaiting the right-footed swing of Mace Redmond, the junior punter. Didn't have to punt last week, and that one nearly gets blocked. Lovig will watch this take a very favorable Valparaiso bounce. It'll get it at the Chesterton 40-yard line.
And that helps, yeah. A brutal bounce. And, watch out again. We saw a blocked punt in the Michigan City game against Chesterton on the Region Sports Network. That big 3rd quarter that was not in the Trojans' favor. That's something that Valparaiso, I'm sure, has looked on film and almost got to that one there.
If you remember also in the opener, Valpo had that block punt return for the touchdown against Penn, too, which got Valpo right back into the game. It became a 1-possession game following that block punt. That was Evan Courtney, by the way, who had that big 2nd down stop. So after Valpo's drive stalled out on the plus 46, their 2nd drive begins on the plus 40. Inside 4 minutes in the opening quarter, Gage Finley waits for a hole, tries to cut upside, keeps his legs churning for a hard-earned yard.
Yeah, again, so far, early indication, not too much there inside the tackles. Again, this is a Valparaiso offensive line that a little bit retooled. Again, maybe not those high-profile guys, at least as of yet, on that offensive line. But Gage Finley has been kind of in that complementary role to Thomas Berta, who graduated a 1,000-plus yard rusher last year. Now, again, kind of more of a guy that could really threaten you in the passing game, which is, again, why we see the motions, why we see him out wide and catching passes from Hosick. But in between the tackles, so far Chesterton takes the cake there.
And that's why Bill Marshall credits a lot of the drop-off in running efficiency as Hosick's going to take a shot down the sideline. A flag down on the pass intended for Chase Lovig. It's our first non-special teams foul of the night, and I believe this will be pass interference. Rather holding on the defense.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the replay here, just the latter half of it, but yeah, again, kind of that jump ball when you got man coverage there. And, Kevin, looked like okay coverage, obviously, when you don't turn your head to the football. That's kind of an indicator. And, yes, like you said, it will be the holding penalty, giving Valparaiso a 1st down. Some good coverage out there. Yeah, it's tough. DBs, you can only get away with so much nowadays, it seems like. Again, taking those shot plays, and that's kind of one of the things that even though, if you don't complete a pass and you have that high-potent offense like Valparaiso through the air, you could draw penalties like that to put you in good position.
So that will be a Four Seasons 1st down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 29. They give it to the motion man, Parisi, trying to find the edge. Tries to change direction and will lose even more yards. Forward progress halted at the 32. That was great pursuit from the interior line of Chesterton.
Again, trying to extend the field there, and just a bunch of maroon hats at the football. I believe that was number 7 there for Chesterton, making a nice play there, making sure, bending it back inside, taking down the rusher there. I believe we got Zane Westerland of Chesterton. Big play to put Valparaiso behind the sticks.
Westerland tied for the team lead in sacks entering the night. Forces a loss of 3 on the play. From the 32, Hosick. Good time, flag down, looking for Lovig in the end zone. He's got it for the touchdown, pending the flag.
I think this one's going to come back. Had a man in motion. With all the window dressing that you have, you cannot go forward. Take a look at the replay here before we get going. Bottom of your screen, I believe that is, starts to go forward before the ball is snapped. I believe they might be bringing this one back here.
It was Chase Lovick for a legal shift, so that's going to back Valpo up some more. And so Lovick eliminates the touchdown.
And again, when you are antsy to really, you got your number called there. As again, you look here, was the recipient of the touchdown, starts to creep upfield, go a little bit forward, and obviously is the recipient of this pass, which is a beautiful ball. But it's coming on back.
18 for the Vikings.
Another killer penalty here. We saw one from Chesterton on that punt return, and now taking 7 points off the board for the Vikings.
I believe Valpo had 121 yards of penalties last week against Michigan City, if I have that number correct.
Yeah, that can't happen. That cannot happen.
What's coming? Hosick checks it down. Finley, that one drops. It was nearly taken away by Caden Kodiker, and it'll be 3rd down and 18 coming up.
We've seen these 3rd and longs again. I wouldn't mind some pressure here from Chesterton to try and really hurry up Hosick and force an errant throw. But again, you got the screen out of the way. That was a good play call and something like that where it's 2nd and long, 3rd and long. For Valpo, wouldn't be surprised to see a draw here, quarterback draw, running back draw. But Chesterton, I want to try and speed everything up here. And with 5 wide, I think they want to try and pick up some of this at least.
They need to get inside the Chesterton 20. Puts coming off the edge. Hosick fires off his back foot, jump ball, and that's knocked down. There's a flag that comes in late, though. It's going to be pass interference. Isaiah Prater will get flagged for the infraction. That one is another iffy one there, Mike.
Got there to the quarterback, and an underthrown ball again. It's so tough. It really is. It's, again, as a defensive guy myself, I'm no cornerback by any means, no defensive back, but sometimes, you're on the rough side of the coin most of the time against those wide receivers. You really can't get away with much, and an underthrown kind of ball like that, got to force back to the football. You two kind of bang into each other, and you're the one that suffers the consequence there.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 3 following the 15-yard foul. They need to get to the 19-yard line to extend the drive. However, it could be 4-down territory here early.
I would say so.
Inside the final 2 minutes of our opening quarter. Parisi in motion. It'll be Hosick who keeps it and hits stonewalled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Again, just not much going in between the tackles. This Chesterton defensive front, these linebackers are snuffing out just about anything that Valpo throws at them. And Hosick's going to keep that one and nothing going. A bunch of different hats at the football. And like you said, at 4-down territory, 4 seasons 4-down territory early here in this ball game.
Presented by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. They need 4 on the game's opening 4th down. And Bill Marshall, with the play clock winding down, burns his first timeout of the night. So will we. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Welcome back. 4th down and 4. It's 4-down territory, sponsored by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. And they're actually going to try the field goal. 40-yard try coming up between the hashes for Trevor Faudner. He's 0 for 1 on field goal attempts this season. Snap spotted down. Kick is a line drive headed towards the right upright, and it sneaks through. So a 40-yard try for Trevor Faudner is the game's opening score, and Valpo takes advantage of that great field position
The Vikings lead the Trojans
and leads 3-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step towards your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Trevor Faulkner, after that 40-yard field goal try, set to boot it away here. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. That one's going to land into the hands of Dilbeck, trying to find that right sideline, and it's a good return out across the 35-yard line of Chesterton. And this top 10 rivalry matchup, make sure to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network's YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. Enigenberg Exteriors, you can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com.
Take a look at why we are at 3-0 here real quick. Trevor Faulkner gets the Valparaiso Vikings on the board here on the previous possession. Gets things going there as Chesterton now hopes to get back on the board.
First field goal on the season. He missed a chip shot earlier in the year. It's Govea. Puts someone in the ground as he picks up a first down.
I think they call that an angry run. I think that's what one of those are.
Give him the torch.
There you go. We'll call up Kyle Brandt, right? That's NFL Network.
Yes, sir.
We got one right there. Andrew Govea, 13 in black. Chesterton wearing the black jerseys here this evening. And there's some momentum after giving up the score.
It's Chesterton's second first down, and it's brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Govea that time solved by the front seven of Valpo for just a 1-yard gain.
Again, the first downs, it seems like, especially on Chesterton's drives here, are really important. If you can churn out a couple yards with Govea, who's predominantly going to be that guy to kind of start these set of downs, that kind of puts you in good position. If you kind of back yourself up and now you got a 2nd and 9 here, then it's okay. We're now going to start to turn to our sophomore quarterback, or we're going to try and maybe see if we can turn out a couple more with Govea. Valparaiso, obviously, what we've seen from them, chunk plays kind of come in bunches with their pass-heavy attack.
Chesterton has run 10 plays in this game so far, as Mark Peterson will take this one to go down to the end of the quarter. 9 of those 10 plays have been Andrew Govea carries. We've played one. It's 3-0 Valpo in the Campbell Meridian Cup. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a...
Second quarter is here, 3-0 Valpo, and it's Andrew Govea galloping his way across midfield. Flag down. There appeared to be a flag down on the play.
Well, I saw some laundry.
It's blending in with the chalk on the far side. And we'll check the marker from our officiating crew. They were busy, and it's going to be an illegal shift on Chesterton still back him up 5 yards as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot. Dine-in, pick-up, or drive-through. Call 219-926-5435. The original George's Euro Spot.
You a big Euro guy?
I am.
Good man. I like a good Euro. I know they got a wide variety of menu options as well, so if you're tuning in, your options are definitely not limited to just Euros, that's for sure. Big shout-out to George's.
So they're back on their own side of the field from their own 41. Boyd, the lefty, slings it in there. That's a good slant route. Shy of the marker is Gus Wish, but it's a good pickup there on second down.
First completed pass there for Chesterton, if I stand correct. Yeah, so better late than never, and obviously a big pickup there, a big chunk play to make this third and very manageable.
That was an 11-yard pickup, by the way, on the play. So that will help a lot. 3rd down and 2. Chesterton 3 and out their last drive. They already have 1 first down on this drive. Gavea off the left tip, runs it right up the middle, cuts it through the hole, breaking tackles, and he's inside the 35. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
When he's a bull, it's again, when you kind of get him in the inside zone sort of area where you give him some kind of a head start. I mean, it is a scary sight for linebackers and DBs to go up there and make a play. And Govea, again, he's always somebody that falls forward. He has so many carries to his name, and what's another one there for another big chunk play?
14-yard pickup. It's Govea again, sidesteps a tackle and gets wrapped up shy of the Valparaiso 30. Chesterton driving, down 3-0 to Valparaiso. Vikings have won the last 13 games in this series.
What a good turnout here from Chesterton. Just in terms of the fans, I mean, big blackout kind of right in front of us here. Big game.
Gavea on play fake, lobbing it over, and he had a wide open man. Boyd did. He had Michael Roan open there on the perimeter, and that's one of the adjustments they want the sophomore to make, is to take his time on those play action sets.
Yeah, just kind of snuck him out there. Was initially in that kind of H-back roll there and had him open, but yeah, just kind of rushed it there. Again, not too many reps here so far in this game. Has not really gotten in much of a rhythm solely because of the success of the run game. And that time, I'm going to throw. He's going to want back when he watches this film over.
That's just his 3rd drop back of the game. 3rd down and 7. 10 minutes and change left here in the opening half. Boyd rolling out to his right, looks over the middle. It's caught. It's Wish again, turning upfield inside the 15. And he's finally banged down inside the 14 by Varnado of Valparaiso. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
You must have heard us and said, forget that. I am in rhythm. To go out, roll to your right, the lefty, make a throw on the strike in a big 3rd down play, setting him now Chesterton with a real chance to potentially tie or take the lead. Again, a sophomore that is just growing in front of our eyes here in Hunter Boyd.
That one was good for 18 by our count up here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 13. Gavea between the tackles, and he's to the 9.
And again, things might be okay in terms of tackling Govea, but once the 3rd quarter rolls around, thankfully it's not super cold out where all tackles hurt. But when really, this offensive line and Andrew Govea, and it all kind of wears down on you on this defensive unit. Kind of see some hands on the hips looking at Valparaiso, and again, hoping right here to bend but do not break.
10th play of the drive right here on 2nd down and 6. They can get a first down without a touchdown. Chesterton can. It's Varnado, cuts it off left tackle, spins back inside, and he's taken down. Wheeler got a hand on him. I believe the tackle was made by Ethan Poisel. We'll wait for official confirmation, but the 2-yard pickup here is 3rd and short.
Again, I will say this. I mean, he's elusive. Again, as much as he is kind of a bruiser, like we mentioned, he's somebody that is going to try and avoid a tackle there from a sure tackler like Brody Wheeler. But a 3rd and 4 here, Cav, and kind of opens up your playbook. Might be 4-down territory. Again, in a rivalry game like this, anything is on the table.
They do have a solid kicker in Mace Redmond, perfect on the season. Small sample size. They give it to the motion man. It's Raffin through the right side, and he'll be dragged down short. Did he pick up the first down? It looks like they're going to mark him a yard short.
Ooh, I like the play call there, sending a man in motion, something they've kind of done throughout the course of the game to, get a different look at the Valparaiso squad. This time giving it to the motion man there, Raffin, but 4th and 1 there. I'd consider this 4-down territory. I don't know about you, but looks like the offense as well staying out on the field.
They have lined up to go for it right now. 15 seconds left on the play clock. This is 4-down territory, sponsored by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. They need one. Boyd goes under center on the tush push, and he's going to pick up first down yardage inside the 2-yard line. That was well executed by Hunter Boyd and the Chesterton offense.
And I love the call there. Again, I think everybody in this stadium thought that the ball was going to Andrew Govea, and to go up there, you line up in the gun just about for all your plays to start the game. Then kind of a quick, motion, get Boyd under center, who's a big frame to take down as is. And all you got to do, fall forward, turn your legs, and now we might see number 13 there in black.
First and goal from the 2, and this will be blown dead for the first Chesterton timeout of the game. We'll stay here. I'd like to remind you to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. 2 yards to get it, and you have 4 tries at this point after they went for 4 and 1 on the 4. You would assume that this is 4-down territory again here for Chesterton. It's been the Govea show so far, and I'm assuming you expect the same here.
I would like to say so. He's definitely, again, this is the area where he really makes his money. We saw last week against LaPorte, they put him in kind of that wildcat situation, an area that he's quite familiar with after kind of the shakeups in the personnel last year, so I wouldn't put that past them. But and again, if I'm Valparaiso here, get your biggest guys out there, get your goal line package, and button up your chin straps, because Chesterton, they're going to try and possibly pound this down.
It's our first button up the chin straps of the night from Mike, so that's how you know we're in the thick of it here.
Hey, conference football, you got a trophy on the line. You got 2 teams that despise each other. Got to buckle up the chin straps once in a while.
Govea up the middle, all too easy for the Chesterton touchdown.
And there it is again. When you give him just a running start, again, that inside zone, although there's some opinions on picking up, X amount of yards out of the gun. Govea, again, put your shoulder down, try and stop me, and gets Chesterton on the board big.
That's their first lead of the night. They're going to go swinging gate here, or so we thought. They're going to now have Mace Redmond line up for the point after. Redmond so far, 3 for 3 on the year. Snap and spot both down, and a clean operation sees Chesterton take a 7-3 lead. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Chesterton off a really impressive drive now lead. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Redmond to boot it with Lovig and Parisi, the deep men. And this blackout crowd fired up here. Parisi drifting back, and this is a touchback for Valparaiso.
Redmond's got a boot, and I'll tell you, he was the hero in the Morton game, right? He had the game-winning field goal.
Yep, from 33 yards.
I think it was good from about 50.
Oh,
looking
definitely.
at the film, oh my goodness,
crushed it.
That ball almost landed in the lake. I think that was pretty close. And then that one there too. That's a boomer.
Let's remind you to follow all of tonight's Region football scores live on the Hometown Scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/Region Sports, facebook.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
4 games on the Region Sports Network tonight, all Duneland. We also have some Saturday football action that we'll probably talk about a little bit later in the broadcast, but a busy, busy night to say the least.
Valpo starts on their own 20. And it's an inside give. First carry of the night for Cooper Gear. He's the backup quarterback, but in recent weeks, Bill Marshall has liked his ability in the running game, so now he's tailback number 2.
Again, not much has really been working in the early stage of the season for Valparaiso. And it can kind of give, a change of pace running back there for Valparaiso. You work him in, and, hey, he might be the guy, kind of moving forward. Hey, give me a couple yards here. Let's mix it up. Let's get Gage Finley in there. Could be a third down feature back. And again, it's something we've seen from Valparaiso in previous seasons.
5'10", 182-pound freshman. Doesn't get the call. Hosek dodges a couple defenders trying to find the edge, and he's brought down after a couple-yard pickup there. That was really impressive footwork from Kellen Hosek. He made a man go flying to the next county.
Yeah, he's a great. We talked about what he does as a passer, but he's a gifted runner too. We saw a lot in that Penn game, especially using his legs, and he had I think 7 rushing touchdowns last year. So he's a guy to watch out too, as well as kind of a dual threat guy, but to make something out of nothing there, because obviously Chesterton had that bottled up and got a big gain there to set up 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2. Valpo trying to respond after a 13-play, 65-yard scoring drive from Chesterton. Gear right up the gut, and this is close. I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either.
Inches shy of the line to gain. It's going to be a 4th down and maybe 6 feet. If that, it's close. And Bill Marshall sends out the punt unit.
Taking a look at the replay here, just inside zone. Looked like kind of jumpy there at the end man line of scrimmage, but just nothing going up there in between the tackles. And Chesterton once again stands tall and forces the Valparaiso punt.
I put down in my notes, for those who actually care, 1.5 yards on the carry. No, they had the round up or down. Low snap. Faudner just able to boot it away, drifting back from the 26-yard line. Look at the footwork there. Bouncing outside and finally wrangled out of bounds goes Robinson, the cornerback, who is putting Chesterton with their best starting field position of the game, the 42-yard line on their side of the field.
We could cue the Chris Berman, though. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There it is.
There we go. I love it.
Love it. No, great play there. Momentum. Again, obviously not too much there in terms of yardage, but hey, nifty move there. No penalty flags on the field, even better. And Chester now kind of this 4-minute drive here, Kevin, to, hey, if they could milk this clock, keep that Valparaiso offense off the field, and hopefully go into the locker room with the lead.
Each side's got 2 timeouts. They're going power formation to the left side. Wish the motion man. Valpo showing pressure. They bring it. It's Gavea, and he's gobbled up for a 2-yard loss. That was well played. Papakronis, the first guy in there. Tip of the cap as well to Valparaiso's Evan Courtney on the tackle as well. That Mike linebacker who they love.
And winning first down there. That's a good start for Valparaiso now. Again, what we saw from Hunter Boyd kind of on Chesterton's touchdown drive is he made some great plays kind of on 2nd and 3rd down. Had that big 3rd down completion. An even bigger stop here, trying to get your offense right back on the field and get something before the break.
Gavea, look at the hole on that left side, and he creases forward to around the 47.
Again, it's nothing special. Sometimes they know you're getting the football, and it's a mindset, not only with Andrew Gavea, but with this offensive line, this coaching staff. And, it seems like Chesterton, again, it's just something. This is their mantra. This is something that they're all about, punching you in the mouth and lining back up and doing it once again. And now, again, you kind of get that chunk play there, 3rd and 5. Now some time to think it over.
It'll be an official's timeout, not a team called timeout. I believe they wanted to reset the play clock. And
no stoppage. Yep, they did. 3:30 to go. This might be the play of the first half right here, I would say, because then you kind of, Chesterton picks this up, and it kind of gets to, okay, we want to try and put some points up on the board. And Valparaiso, on the other hand, you're trying to just get off the field.
Vikings loading up the box. Boyd to pass, looking far side. Open man, and he overshoots Gus Wish. He beat Anwar Banks in coverage, and now a decision for Mark Peterson, a fairly easy one at that. He's going to send out the punt team.
Might have had the under route there. Looked like man coverage, ran a slant, then kind of had that outside corner route combination. We see a little bit, I think, something that Chesterton did a great job connecting on last week against LaPorte. But overshot him there. Again, probably the second throw we've seen from Boyd that really kind of missed, a potential target there. Valpo, big for them to get off the field.
Redmond, another big swing on the right leg. Parisi comes out, changes direction across the 30, and all the way to the 36-yard line. That's a good return there from James Parisi. And here comes 1st and 10 for Valparaiso. Just one scoring drive, and it's because they start on the plus side of the field. On their 2 possessions where they've started on the minus side, they have resulted in punts, last one being a 3-and-out. Officials coming together. And I didn't see a flag originally, did you?
I don't think so either. Don't know if they're making an adjustment to any clock, but it looks like he's pointing to Coach Peterson.
12 men on the field, I believe. And that's going to give Chesterton first down yardage on the 5-yard penalty. That is killer for Valparaiso.
Goodness. On that, that 3rd and 5. I mean, that is just something uncharacteristic, really.
So we are here up in the Chesterton press box. A few slots over from us is the Valpo coaches booth.
Yeah.
And you can overhear one of the coaches screaming, call a timeout. I think he picked up that they had 12 guys on the field. You call the timeout, you avoid the penalty, you still get the ball back there.
Yeah, again with these final now 3 minutes here, Kevin, I mean, this is the pendulum swings tremendously in these stages of the game. And to have that happen, uncharacteristic of Valparaiso.
Boy, let it fly. Far sideline, open man, he's got it. Inside the 5, wrangling his way across the goal line. Touchdown, Trojans.
That is a beautiful call there. That is when you take your shot, when the defense hangs their head low after giving up, again, a pretty silly penalty to say the absolute least, to give them a new set of downs, to keep them on the field. Chesterton takes a big strike there. Hunter Boyd puts the ball right on the money, and Chesterton now a 2-score lead. This place is hyped, Kevin.
Patrick Mokin with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. 38 yards on the connection from Hunter Boyd. And snap and spot both down. It's another clean strike from Mace Redmond. Chesterton 14, Valparaiso 3. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
Valparaiso now down by 11, 2:44 left after the costly 12-man on the field penalty that extended the drive. And on the very next play, Hunter Boyd connects with Patrick Mokin. Second time those two have connected into the end zone this season. It's Boyd's 6th touchdown pass, Mokin's 2nd on the season. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Gut check time now for the Valparaiso Vikings. They do have 2 timeouts left in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. So, in theory, still plenty of time here to get a score and turn it into a potential 2-for-1. And they're going to blow this one dead before it can fall into the hands of James Parisi.
Seems like we've seen more special teams penalties than anything even close. Again, that Valparaiso, that costly penalty, 12 men on the field on the punt return, and now looks like something here to back it up. Now, that said, you got Mace Redmond, who's been booming kicks here so far. That may not matter to him. But, a little bit. Some special teams, that might be the topic of discussion come here in halftime.
To those watching at home who say, how can that happen, what's the reasoning for a 12-man on the field penalty in that spot?
Yeah, I mean, you may have guys mental lapses. Again, the coaches, they know their stuff, of course, and you bring a guy off. Again, it was a 4th and 5 situation, so you may have that kind of mindset where, hey, they might be going for it, and a mental lapse. A guy's on the field who isn't supposed to be, obviously, and kind of teetering between those two units, and obviously the ref saw it, and Chesterton made them pay.
Parisi from his 7. Blockers forming as he bursts right up the middle. Kicker to beat. Parisi, can he get the angle? And the kicker cuts him off. He's finally taken down by Moken. There's a flag down, though, along the far sideline, so this long return could be coming back for Valpo.
Take a look at the replay here. Got the return. Looking to see where the flag kind of comes in. And, yeah, you see it kind of at the middle of your screen, I believe. Looks like they got the hold there, and that'll back Valparaiso right back up just about where they caught the football. Take a look at the previous touchdown there to Moken. Again, right after, the Valparaiso defense keeps them on the field. And it just looks like 4 verticals here. Got kind of a cover 2 there, throws it outside the numbers. That's when your eyes light up as both a quarterback and a wide receiver. Puts it right on the money. 14-3 Chesterton. And could this be a shock? I don't know. From what Valpo is, again, it's been an uncharacteristic first half in terms of just mistakes and stuff that they really need to tidy up. Because we've seen some fourth quarters that could be better for Valparaiso, but this first half has been one to forget in terms of just penalties and just plays I'd like to have back.
They have 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go 75 yards. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. This is where coaches find the identity of their football teams and the makeup of the young men on the field. Hosek dropping back. Pressure comes to the backside. Hit as he throws, but he gets rid of it in time. Right underneath. Close to a first down, and it is a first down. That's a great catch there by Troy Danzy. 3rd-string tight end who found a pocket of space and moves the change for a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
On the soft spot there, Hosek. It does a great job of just extending plays. We've seen it all season, and from what we've seen in terms of just effectiveness of this Valparaiso offense, this is when they really are dangerous.
Hosek, good time, hit as he throws, overshoots his man into a danger zone. It was Vennard who is open on that near sideline, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Just more pressure there on the play. That looks like a little bit of a stunt, and once again, comes free. That is number 7 of Chesterton coming free on the pressure there. That is Zane Westerland, the junior. We said he leads the team in sacks. Almost got another one there, and Hosek, again, another errant throw. Just got out of harm's way because, again, right now as well, you know Valparaiso, they're trying to put points up on the board, but you have to protect the football because momentum is obviously on Chesterton's side, and Valpo doesn't want to give any more to the guys in black.
Bernard in motion. Hosek, pressure comes, hit as he throws, lofts it over. Caught far side. Lovig dancing around the 40, and he lowers his shoulder to the 42-yard line. Clock runs inside a $1:45 left here in the half. Keep in mind, Valpo defer their option after winning the coin toss, so they could go 2-for-1 here if they're able to find a way to get points on the board here before half.
I'd say that's the plan, but the good thing about Chesterton, a positive sign, especially in these passing downs, is guys are getting home. They're rushing Kellen Hosek to just get the ball out, and a good play there from Valparaiso. But the Trojans they're trying to send pressure now, and they see something.
3rd down and 4. Finley motioned out to that near sideline. Hosek looks that way, connects with him. Blockers out in front. Finley's got a first down across midfield, and he's shoved out of bounds into Chesterton territory. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Just a designed swing sort of screen right there. Great job on the perimeter to block those Trojan defenders, and now get things in enemy territory, but looks like the clock will still run here. He stepped out of bounds, but looks like he went out on his own, so the clock will run here. Now under a minute to go. Valpo may have to pick up the pace here a little bit.
50 seconds and counting. They do have 2 timeouts, 5 wide. 10 on the play clock. Hosick's got to go. Pressure comes, lofts over the middle. It's intercepted. No, it's not. Caden Sherwood nearly had his first interception of his varsity career. And just went right through his hands.
That's one you're going to want back, but another guy comes home, got pressure in his face. And again, that's Valpo's hanging on by a thread there. A nice play there, of course, from Chesterton to get home and potentially force a turnover. Those are plays you're hopeful it doesn't come back to bite you. But I'll tell you what, this place would have been up for grabs if that went Chesterton's way.
It's been 11 years to the day since Chesterton's last regular season win over Valparaiso. The visiting Vikings have won 13 straight, but they're on their heels here. Final 38 seconds of this first half. Screen pass. It is Vennard dropped the ball. Did he fall on it in time? Yes, he did. Valpo ball, clock running, and Bill Marshall burns his second time out of the half with 26 seconds left.
Just like a tunnel screen there, and again, Chesterton has been kind of all over these dink and dunk plays. Yeah, a couple swing screens kind of worked in Valparaiso's favor, but all in all, this Chesterton defense has really neutralized this Valparaiso offense. And again, if not for a dropped interception, I mean, this whole half could be completely different. But still controlling this ball game here, and again, a 3rd and 8, I would expect some more pressure because they have gotten home and they have made Hosick uncomfortable.
If that ball is caught by Caden Sherwood, Valpo is going to the locker room in world is over territory very quickly.
I mean, kind of fast forwarding to probably what we'll talk about in halftime, but I mean, if there's a team that is probably comfortable and trailing in terms of what they could do offensively, it is probably Valparaiso. I mean, we've seen comeback victories or comeback spurts, at least give themselves chances in games this season. We saw last year they had a huge comeback against Andrean earlier in the season. So this is an offense that, I mean, last year was last year and this year's this year. But, I mean, this is a team that could put points up very, very quickly. But, again, I'd say it starts right now.
30 seconds left in the half. They do have a timeout left. 3rd down and 8. From the Trojan 46. Hosick. Good pocket. Lofts over the middle. It's caught. Vennard angling right inside the 25. First down, Valpo to the 23-yard line of Chesterton. And clock stops while they move the chains.
You've got to get on the ball here. Clock is still stopped. Still resetting the chains here. But, yeah, they're going to spike this one here. A beautiful ball there. Just a long developing play.
And they do spike it.
Taking a look at that play. What was that 3rd down there? Just rolling Hosick outright. A long develop. Again, you have to hold your blocks. It looks like, again, came free. Put it right on the money. A next level throw. Great run after the catch. And Valparaiso now in business.
And you talked to Coach Bill Marshall. We talked to him a couple of days ago, and he said, the big thing with Kellen, and the reason why he's been successful as the season's gone on, is he's spreading the wealth to a variety of receivers.
Bunch of new faces, too, all around.
19.6 left, 2nd and 10. Hosick looks far sideline, got it. It's Vennard again on the sideline. He steps out of bounds under his own power after picking up the first down at the 10. 13 seconds left, timeout in their pocket. Plenty of time for the Vikings.
Again, when Chesterton, you look at the top of your screen, just playing that soft coverage, and it just gives you, again, you make one cut, you have all that space, and it's all just timing. It's all the route, everything that they work out in the summer. It is stuff that, it's day one stuff, and it's, hey, we're going to work on this after practice. And, that's the beauty of the wide receiver and quarterback connection. And Valparaiso truly threatening here again in a big 1st and goal situation here late in this first half.
From the 10, 4 receiver set again. Play clock inside of 5. Hosick takes it, looking to pass. Pressure picked up, going to the corner, and it's incomplete. Lovick, the intended target.
See, but now again, with Chesterton playing all that soft coverage, earlier in the drive, now you run out of real estate, and you have to really kind of dig deep, find something in your playbook, and also be careful. Because you do have that one timeout, so you could afford to have something over the middle of the field and maybe burn one and make a decision there. But again, 9 seconds, it's kind of an interesting situation here where what do you want to do? But a field goal, again, makes it a one-score game. You get the ball back at half, like you said. But we'll see what they do here, Kevin.
2nd and goal from the 10. Hosek, pocket collapse, lofts over the middle, incomplete, but a flag. He was looking for Danzy underneath the goal line, who got upended by a couple of Trojan defenders. And now this gets really interesting. 5 seconds left, but it's going to be second and goal from inside the 5, if I'm doing the math correctly here.
That it will be. We'll take a look at the replay here shortly. Yeah, got the pass interference call as they now gear up here. Okay, the receivers out wide again. Pressure came home once again. Hosek's doing a great job of getting the ball out and kind of that in-breaking route. And
2nd and goal from the 5. 5 seconds left. They do have a timeout in their back pocket.
Got to get this ball out quick, whether you score or not.
Hosek gets rid of it, looking for the corner. He's got it. Danzy for the touchdown as the clock strikes 000.
That is just orchestrated to perfection. Get your goal line package out there. Get a man in the flat. Kind of, again, those rub routes a little bit. That's so hard to defend in man coverage. Valparaiso, that pendulum swings in favor of the boys in white. A huge play, a great drive there from Kellen Hosek. Just managing again. This is when Valpo, it seems like they are just at their most dangerous. When we know we're going to throw the football, you cannot play them soft like Chesterton did, because Valpo will make you pay. And a big touchdown before the half.
Trevor Fodner to make it a 4-point game. High snap, but spotted well, and Fodner makes it 14-10 at the break. Great response from the Valparaiso Vikings back against their wall. They march right down the field, cut it to within 4 points, and more importantly, will get the ball coming out of the break. What a fun 24 minutes of football that was in the Campbell Meridian Cup. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell. This is our weekly conversation with the commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, week 5 of the high school football season approaching us. We have a girls golf sectionals beginning this week. Tell me I'm losing my mind. It doesn't seem possible that we're already there. And on top of that, October the 12th will be the pairing show for football. So help me understand what's going on.
You know, the days get shorter, coaches, and as the days get shorter, we get close to the tournament season, and that's, just right around the corner. You know, girls golf, we started back the first week of August, and they've been playing and getting better, and we're going to start the March Storage Prairie View Golf Course where we hold the state finals here this weekend, so it's shaping up to be a really good tournament. But, yeah, time flies in football and pairing shows and, you know, everything that we do as far as fall sport offerings is right around the corner. We're excited to get there, but the good thing is we're ready. You know, we plan every day for our tournaments and constantly have conversations with people who are going to host for us, our great member schools. Let's see what kind of spin we can put on this year's chapter of IHSAA sports.
If you want to be a real sports fan, you need to think about becoming a licensed official in the IHSAA. It's a shortage. It's a problem, not just here in Indiana, but across the country. So give that a thought. What can people do, Paul? Can they go to a portion of your website and find out how to get involved in becoming a licensed official?
Yeah, the easiest way is to go to ihsaa.org, and there's a tab at the top of the page that has the word officials on it. If you simply click on that officials, it'll start walking you through the process. And you know, we encourage people. We love to play the game, and one way you can always stay connected is becoming an official. And we've got I constantly hear from officials about how much they enjoy it, number one, but how close they've become to other other officials. And it's really kind of it's a neat group of guys. I mean, they play golf together and they learn how to become better officials, and I know some that even travel together when they're going on vacation. They become that close with other officials, and I always tell people, you never have to quit playing the game. You just got to do something different. Some people coach it, some people watch it, but
right.
The best thing to do is go out and officiate these contests.
We've talked about a lot of things. You're on the road still, meeting with your constituents around the state in your annual fall meetings with schools. I'm hopeful that continues to be successful and beneficial for everybody with everybody involved.
It is. It's so important for us with 410 member schools now for us to get out and meet with each of them. And we traveled to 8 different spots around the state over a period of time, and we want to present information, but also we want to be on a listening tour. And whether we're talking in the hallway before or after or during the meeting, it gives us a chance to touch base with our membership, because not all of our schools look the same. And if you're at Shakamak with a 1A school, it looks different than if you're at Carmel High School here in central Indiana.
We continue to march toward the end of football. Week number 5 is upon us as we speak. To this point, you and the rest of your staff have done a masterful job of handling the weather.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. Weather is certainly something that's very important to us. People get out in nice nights, but Coach, one thing now too, if we do end up with a bad weather evening, there's an opportunity to watch these games on ihsatv.org, and you can get out and a lot of games are broadcast on Friday and Saturday nights, and there's a chance to continue to watch the games, even if the weather's not so great. And we would encourage people to try that option also, if the weather dictates that.
Once again, Commissioner, thanks for your time. Be safe on the highways, and thanks for all you do.
Thanks, Coach. And everybody tune in to Friday and Saturday night as you travel home so you can listen to Coach talk about all the great games in the state.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot, the original George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. 219-926-5435. Calvin and Mike enjoying your company. Friday night halftime.
Yeah.
14-10 Chesterton on top in the 9-10 matchup in our Ennigenburg Home Improvement Top 10. Valparaiso, all of a sudden, they're down by 4, but just because of that last drive, feels like now that not only they've awoken, but momentum and this game is on their side.
It's the best we've seen Valparaiso really just move the football all night. Again, they had just about less than 3 minutes to go, and that's when, again, this team has really looked dangerous. Again, when you have a quarterback like Kellen Hosick, again, who is just distributing the football, something that Coach Bill Marshall has said that he's done so well over the course of this campaign, and then he finds different targets, and obviously he trusts his quarterback, he trusts his offense that, again, with 5 seconds left to go here, you got to get 5 yards, got to get the ball out quicker. And as you see, Hosick finds a man in the flat with some pressure in his face. That was a play before. Excuse me. Let's get to why Valparaiso has points on the board. Again, 5 seconds left there. Hosick looks left, has the man in the flat as the clock hits 0. Again, this was a 14-3 game, and Kevin, it just feels like a completely different ball game with Valparaiso orchestrating that 2-minute drive and putting up 7.
And they get the ball coming out to start as well, so a chance for points to possibly take the lead out of the break. And that was a capper on a 12-play, 75-yard scoring drive that took up 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Here's the kicker. They left that drive still with a timeout in their pocket.
Yeah. Save it for next half, maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully, Bill Marshall's hoping to get forward next half. I'm with you on that. If that's how it's worked, and then we'd see coaches way more conservative there on that 2-minute drive. But, I mean, that was a gutsy play call because if Danzy was tackled in bounds, that was it for the half. They had no time to get that field goal off. So at least get some points to bring within a possession. That was boom or bust.
And it's trust. And, again, that is such a risky play, like you said, in terms of just the time. But also, again, they were really looking for some sort of pick-me-up, some sort of momentum. Because I'll tell you what, if that is not converted, that halftime speech is a little bit worse than probably what it is right now, because it was, again, a rough first half from Valparaiso in terms of just, again, mental mistakes. Again, Chesterton, one of their big touchdowns was a big touchdown pass from Hunter Boyd, and the play before that, again, Valparaiso, left them on the field because on a 4th and 5, 12 men on the field. Chesterton takes advantage of that, finds a touchdown there, and I mean, it's, again, take a look at this replay here. Chesterton, I mean, just, you see that the 4 verts, and, Hunter Boyd, again, any quarterback's making that throw. Sophomore that is growing in front of our eyes, puts it right on the money. Again, kind of that too high safety look, and that's where you want to put it. You get the receivers, going outside of the numbers. Chesterton has looked very, very good outside of those final 2.5 minutes here in the first half. Again, but I think for Chesterton now, again, that pendulum is really in Valparaiso's favor solely because of how that first half ended.
That was Patrick Moken on the receiving end of that 38-yard strike from Hunter Boyd. It was Moken's second on the season. That was ended up being, if you include that fourth down play, a 4-play, 58-yard drive. But their opening touchdown drive, really effective one as well. 13 plays, 65 yards, where they found a 2-yard touchdown from the man, the myth, the legend, Andrew Gouveia, who just keeps racking up yards after contact, racking up yards and carries in general, and eventually racking up 6 points on the scoreboard for his team.
Yeah, I mean, for Chesterton, it really does start and end with him, although I think the role and, what is expected of him, it's probably not going to be similar to what we saw last year where, again, in this game he had, 40-plus yards or 40-plus carries on a given night and just really asked a lot of him. And, he's kind of that guy that could still, obviously, put up points on the board and really be that piece for the Chesterton team. But, I mean, he's, it's nice, I think, to kind of keep him fresh going forward because, again, he, like we said, having a guy like that in your backfield just wears on opposing defenses. And to keep him fresh, or at least fresher, come the fourth quarter, when you need those few yards to milk the clock and to keep the ball out of Valparaiso's hands, the expectations and just the load on him is not as much as it was last year, which I think is an okay thing.
Louis Raffin has been in there a couple of times to spell Andrew Gouveia. He's a wide receiver. They've used that jet sweep a couple of times and that jet touch pass to kind of alleviate the Gouveia ground attempts on the season. Valparaiso, though, in this game, keep in mind the number. They have been very successful. They're over 60% by our counts on third down conversion in this one.
Yeah, and a lot of it's just been through the air. Again, Kellen Hosick just making plays, and it's been tough struggling once again on the ground game for Valparaiso. But, I mean, what they've been doing through the passing game, it's a little bit more one-dimensional than probably what a lot of people would like, but it's getting the job done. Again, that rushing game and the rushing attack is just something that I hope to be kind of developed over time. But right now, the Chesterton defense really hanging strong and outside of that final drive, which paints a whole new different picture heading into the second half. But, I mean, the play from Kellen Hosick, he's still going to be that guy to make some plays and, again, just distribute the ball to anybody. This receiver room is really just a bunch of productive pieces, and it's so tough to scheme for because everybody does their job correctly, and everybody can hurt you, and they did it just there on that last drive.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowd Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowd Companies, the insurance professionals, one of those guys that Mike named could very well win that award. We'll take a break. Hometown Scoreboard up next. This is Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep, skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region's schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Time now to take a look at the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard. This scoreboard update is courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. Halftime at Lowell, the Red Devils leading the Highland Trojans 35-blank. At the half, Andrean on top of Hobart in the 4-2 game, 10-0. That's a very interesting game at the half right there. Andrean on top at home. We'll see Lake Station and Whiting tomorrow. We'll have more on that throughout the course of the second half as well as in the postgame show. Maryville cruising right now. Halftime up 21-7 on the road at Michigan City. They're our third-ranked team in our Enigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. Griffith dominating River Forest at home. 8th-ranked Panthers on top 35-7. Again, that was over River Forest. Stratford Spartans out of Tennessee lead the Westside Cougars 13-0 at the half. Those are games that you sit there and look at the schedule and wonder, how does that get scheduled?
Yeah, again, with Hammond Central, and we've talked about it, they have a small conference of three. You really have to venture out and find some teams that are not playing, and sometimes you got to go across state lines, go down to Rocky Top area, take on the Spartans. But yeah, that's a weird one.
I hope they brought their band and they played just Rocky Top for 4 straight hours.
Yeah, that'd be intimidating. That's for sure. Yeah, Hammond Central, they took on a team from California not too long ago. They flew them in. I believe they had they team meals together and stuff like that. So it's cool stuff. But yeah, it's interesting.
It was close in Portage, but Crown Point now leads 26-7. It was 1.19-7. So the Portage Indians hanging in there against the number one team in Crown Point, and Hammond Central and Culver Academy, no score being reported just yet. Thoughts on this fun Friday night throughout the region, the scoreboard update we just gave?
Yeah, before I give my thoughts, again, we got 4 games on the Region Sports Network. A lot of stuff going on our page on both YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We got 4 Duneland games, but we also have Maryville taking on Michigan City in a top 5 matchup. Like you said, Crown Point taking on Portage. And we also have, that other game just gave me, Lake Central taking on LaPorte at LaPorte's house. We also got, the RSN Zone back in action. The tailgate show, I believe, is all gone. And, of course, the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard. So a busy night, week 5. And, again, the conference opponents, conference matchups, always a sight to see. And we got especially got a good one here brewing up here at Chesterton.
14-10, that was the scoreboard update, courtesy of your neighborhood Strachan Van Til Food Market. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. We'll take one final timeout. Second half up next. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Eurospot in Chesterton. George's Eurospot. Check out the menu online at georgeseurospot.com. Set for the second half. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Chase Lovig touches it down in the end zone. Touchback, so now Valparaiso chasing 4 points here begins the second half on their own 20-yard line.
More importantly, trying to go 2 for 1. In case you forgot how the last half ended with 0 seconds left, Valpo got a touchdown there on a nice pitch and catch to Troy Danzy there with the reception, and a big-time one because now Valpo keeping their offense back on the field and trying to potentially take the lead here, or chip into this lead maybe a little bit more.
2 catches in this football game, which is a season high for him. Also his first touchdown on the year to close out the half. 1st and 10. Gage Finley takes the call. Running left side, splits the tackle and the guard and gets to the 23-yard line.
Really one of the more promising runs we've seen from Valparaiso. Bouncing off a few tackles. Nice play there from Finley to make something out of nothing there and win first down, I'd say, there for Valparaiso. 2nd and 7. Gain of 3 there on a run play especially. That's positive signs coming out of the break.
They were good on 3rd down, but they were put in a lot of tough positions because of their inefficiencies on 1st and 2nd down.
Very much so.
2nd down and 7. The receiver set again for the visiting Vikings. Finley right up the middle. That time Chesterton ready. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Kellogg, first guy there. Gabe Vialo also in there as well on the stop.
And 3rd down especially, one name we saw a lot in the backfield was the junior DN, Zane Westerlund. Number 7 there in black. He's pinning his ears back, I bet, trying to get to Hosick and just hurry up a throw. I mean, you think about how that last drive went for Chesterton defensively, had an interception in their hands, got home a lot on Hosick. Hosick got the ball out very, very fast, got it out of harm's way. Chesterton just trying to force another error here maybe again.
They force Finley out wide. Hosick looking that way, instead goes on the slant for Parisi. It's incomplete, and it'll be a 3-and-out for Valpo to start the second half.
That's an ideal way to get things going after you get that momentum boost in the second half. Looking at the play here, just, kind of a setup play there with the swing route. Might have got there early, but no flag there. And kudos to Chesterton defense that, they have to get back out here and get ready to go as well. And, I mean, their heads were definitely hanging low after giving up what was a 3-minute drive for Valparaiso, getting their way down the field. Chesterton stands tall and gets the ball back to the offense.
They got picked apart. Bradley Robinson chasing that one back. It falls inside the 25. He'll play it off a hop. Robinson angling left, changes direction, makes a couple of guys miss, sneaks by a couple more. Robinson to midfield. It finally took Valparaiso's Anthony Swarden, a backup linebacker, to bring him down at midfield.
The special teams plays in this game, Kevin, have been just game changers. I mean, that was a boom of a punt right there. And that's kind of what you call out-kicking your coverage a little bit. Had a lot of room to run, and looked like Valparaiso kind of bobbled it up after a nice gain of yards, but made a couple guys miss. And now Chesterton threatening all of a sudden with the ball at the 50. Quite the start of this second half here for the Trojans.
1st and 10, best starting field position of the game for the Trojans. Govea for a yard.
Promising there from Valparaiso. Govea, I mean, we haven't seen much of that where he's just getting, brought down on kind of the first instance of contact, especially at the line of scrimmage. And Valparaiso especially, again, winning first down against this Chesterton. Make Hunter Boyd, as much as he's been growing and getting more comfortable and just playing better over the course of the season, I'd rather have that and force him to maybe make a couple plays than to give it to 13 in the backfield.
Govea again. That time blockers out in front, and Govea powers forward inside the 45. Another good second down run. Keeps them ahead of the sticks, and it brings up 3rd and short.
Potential of, we could call it maybe 2 plays here. Your playbook definitely opens up, and given the down and distance and where you're at on the field, you might just need 2 plays here.
It's Govea again, spun down right near the line again. They're going to spot it first down.
And when in doubt, I talked about maybe 2 plays, but when you got him in your backfield, 4 yards is almost normal. And did it once again. Now keeping the clock moving. The clock is, although we are early here in the second half, the clock is on your side. And although Valparaiso could, like we saw on the bottom, the second, the final drive of the first half, we could say they could score very quickly. Chesterton wants to add to this lead and just, dwindle down that clock ever so slightly.
That's a first down brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist, and the exact opposite of what you wanted if you're Chesterton. First time out of the half called by Mark Peterson. Make sure to be with us at the conclusion of tonight's game, and we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
Good night for awards, that's for sure. Already just
you and I are going to be very generous tonight after the game, I feel like.
I think so. And then, as we make our way through the broadcast, you kind of start to, fill in those gaps and say, who's going to be that superhero of the game? Who's going to be that blue-collar player of the game? Who's going to make the play of the game? And I don't think we've seen the play of the game here yet, Kevin. We'll talk about that third award here eventually. The blue-collar player of the game, we could give it to so many pieces. And, of course, the superhero of the game presented by Crowd Companies. Guess you'll have to wait and find out.
Pro tease there from Mike DeWan.
Come on now.
1st and 10 from the 40. It's Govea. Cuts outside and drops the shoulder down for a 7-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
I'll tell you who runs like a Boilermakers Local 374 blue collar player of the game. It just runs like one. And that's Andrew Govea. Again, he's never shy for contact either. He is somebody that is going to put his shoulder down and he's going to fall forward. An instant, an extra yard, an extra 2 to his total. And again, it turns a 2nd and 2, for a potential 2nd and 4 to a 2nd and 2.
Govea again gallops his way back against the defender right near the line to gain. Depends on the spot. I think he gets it off of forward progress.
Looks like they're going to mark him short.
Yeah, that's an interesting spot there. It's very, very close. And
3, no.
3rd down. Yes.
Third down and a note card. Have you seen that clip before? The
Gene Steratore,
with the note card. That's just about it there. And
my internship supervisor in college, diehard Raiders fan, hates that clip. Hates it. They need inches on 3rd down. Govea gets plenty more than that, and he pushes the pile to the Valpo 25.
And just like that, Chesterton, although they got the ball with pretty good field position, got the ball around the 50-yard line, we've already got down to 7 minutes to go. This is about a 3-minute drive, and they only really worked on about 25 yards here. If they could get this clock to under 4 minutes, I'll take it as a win, regardless of the points. But they have a good kicker as well, again, Mace Redmond, who is good from 60 from what we saw so far. So,
Wish in motion. Govea waits for a hole, finds it, tries to take it to the 2nd level, and is spun down after a 10-yard pickup. It's another Four Seasons first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
And again, the motion, too. Again, all that window dressing, it's all for a reason, just to free up another lane, to take it, another linebacker to, kind of get him out of the play and just put eyes on somebody. And then before you know it, 13's 5 yards down the field, making you pay for it.
8th play of the drive after 7 consecutive runs. Here's an 8th run. Govea shoves one man to the ground before he's bear hugged by Reese Ballog and a couple of interior tackles. And it's a short 1-yard pickup.
At that time, I bet fatigue kind of starts to kick in for once you get, a couple, what was that, 8 by your count? 8 straight runs for 13? Yeah, that'll hurt anybody.
And it's crazy because you know it's coming, and it's still hard to stop.
And that's, even just more motivating for that offensive line especially. It's, come stop us.
Moken, the motion man. Gouveia again, flag on the snap as Gouveia gets to the 11, and our first flag of the half.
We'll take a look at this one here. Don't know what I see from the initial replay. May have had some movement.
Was it too many men in the backfield at the time of the snap?
It looks like it was. Backing them back up 5 yards, and again, penalties, drive killers, especially as you get closer and closer to the end zone. You turn a 2nd and 9 into a 2nd and 14. Although the rushing game has been great, you kind of need one of those chunk plays from your back, or you may have to throw it, which Boyd is very capable of doing.
So again, a passing touchdown.
The field shrinks here a little bit, obviously.
38 yards towards the end of that first half. Play fake, rolling out. Boyd finds Wish inside the 10. Gus Wish to the end zone.
Complete to number 1, Gus Wish for a touchdown.
His second touchdown of the season expands the Chesterton lead to double figures.
And a piece of Boyd that has impressed me a lot is just throwing off platform. Again, where he's going to make his money is those play action when you have 10 straight rushes with Andrew Gouveia. Now, hey, let's mix in a play action, and let's see if this defense is ready for it. He puts it right on the money, had the open receiver. And again, just kind of that game manager, what you're kind of asked to do as a sophomore. Boyd is living up to those expectations and protecting the football, more importantly.
Kick was deflected. Doesn't matter, though, as Mace Redmond makes it a 21-10 Chesterton lead. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Since 1998, customers have enjoyed Chicago dogs, Italian beef, burgers, Polish, and of course the gyros, all from the original George's Gyro Spot in Chesterton. Located at 325 North Calumet Road, George's Gyro Spot prides itself on fast, friendly service at affordable prices. Open 7 days a week, George's Gyro Spot offers dine-in or carry-out. To place an order, call 219-926-5435 or go to georgesgyrospot.com to check out their menu and to place your online order. The original George's Gyro Spot.
At Strachan Van Til, we believe grocery shopping should be simple. Now, shopping is easier than ever with our new and improved website. Find what you need fast. Browse your favorite products, add them to your cart, and check out in just a few quick steps. Choose between convenient in-store pickup or let us handle the heavy lifting. From our shelves to your doorstep. Skip the lines, shop your way, and spend more time on what matters most. With our rewards program, enjoy incredible savings and personalized offers every time you shop. Shop online now at strachanvantil.com or download our app today.
(21-10). This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. This is picked up at the 10-yard line by Chase Lovick, and he's dragged down to the ground inside the Valparaiso 25-yard line. Drew Pasilio on the stop.
Chesterton getting on the board once again. It was a drive that was all Andrew Gouveia until it wasn't. Hunter Boyd rolling out, finding the wide open man, and too easy there. Chesterton responds very, very well. Big shout out to Gus Wish there on the touchdown reception. Chesterton forces Valparaiso on a 3-and-out, gets the ball right back, chews some clock, now 5:14 to go, and put some points up on the board.
Touchdown could qualify as one of our IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays.
Oh, looking ahead to next week.
Here you go. Finley on first 10, good hole. Shoves off one man before he's gang tackled at the 28.5.
Or more importantly, our proud-to-be Union play of the game, our third award that we were mentioning. Watch out for that one. A big one, as a matter of fact, in terms of how this game is shaping out. A lone score here in this third quarter.
3 yards for the senior tailback, who's been busy here throughout this football game. Down by 11, 4.5 to play third quarter. Still plenty of time, but Valpo needs points quickly. Hosek Good pocket, throws far side, coming back to make a nice catch at the sticks is Bernard, and that should be enough for first down yardage. And it is. It's a Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the webs at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
And I think moving forward here, we've seen a lot of that. That's probably what it looks like. He might be, they're going to move the sticks. We'll figure that out. But one thing that Valparaiso has been very successful at is they are moving the sticks for the first down. Is, again, those kind of short out-breaking routes, hitches and outs and, connection, timing routes all from Hosick and his receivers. If Chesterton kind of keeps playing soft and keeps allowing those, I don't want to let Valparaiso dink and dunk their way down the field because, again, this is still – there's a lot of ball game left, and what is a two-score game?
Hosick, lots of time, taking a shot. Near side, open man, Danzy, a nice diving catch into Chesterton territory. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. That was a dime for 26 yards.
Big chunk play there. And that's, Danzy's been coming to play. He had that touchdown to end the half. And now a big chunk play there. And Valparaiso now back at the 50. Again, this is a team, it seems like this is when they're just at their most effective offensively when, they're from behind. It's not a position you want to be in, but they'll take it.
Hosick near sideline, open man, and he just runs out of real estate. It was Bernard who had a pocket of space. Robinson, the man in coverage. It'll be second down and 10. They're spotting it at midfield. So now all of a sudden you're looking at the clock here. A lot of time.
Two-score game. Again, doing a little bit of math. You got to get that 2-point conversion. But Valparaiso, you got to, convert here. Got to find some offense. Got to do something. Again, it looks like it's going to be through the passing game given kind of what this game script's looking like, but they've been very successful in these situations.
Hosick passing again. Flag on the play as he throws over the middle. That's incomplete. Flag in the secondary. And unless this is a defensive penalty in the backfield, it looks like we're going to have offsetting fouls.
That would be the early indication there as the refs coincide. And you were correct. Double trouble. We'll take the ball up top, play it again.
So the penalty's offset. The play will
You'll take that if you're Valpo.
Yeah. No, that's definitely for sure. It dawned on me as well. Again, going back to the first half for Valparaiso, who's, 10 points. I mean, this number could be a heck of a lot different. They had a touchdown called back on a penalty, an illegal motion. Man was already heading up forward. And that's, again, just these little mistakes that Valpo is usually, so sharp on. It's just the little things that, they don't shoot themselves in the foot often. But right now, Chesterton, with the 11-point lead, taking full advantage of these mental lapses.
Hosick, quarterback draw, escapes the pocket, cuts outside towards the sideline. He dives for the line to gain. They're going to spot him a yard shy. That was great effort, though, from Kellen Hosick on the QB draw.
One of the more, I want to say probably the longest rush for Valparaiso this evening comes from the legs of your quarterback. And Hosick, a very solid runner, not really asked to do too much in that aspect of his game, but a big play there to set up now a 3rd and 1.
Given the situation, 4-down territory here for Valpo?
Oh, no questions asked.
Looks like they're treating it that way. They're going 5 wide here on 3rd down and a yard.
Yeah, potentially get this ball out if you're not running this here.
Quick out. It's caught. First down. And a big shove after the play was over. Bernard and Valpo are going to get an extra 15 out of this.
That's, again, it's one of those bang-bang plays. Who, has played fantastic, was Westerland all first half, a name that we called. And, again, one of those plays that it's tough. It's tough. That's definitely the correct call. But then these mental lapses, kind of what we've seen from both squads, giving them free yards here with Valparaiso. Although, again, they've been moving the ball here and there. They've had to work, and especially giving a free first down and some change. That's a killer.
That brings the line of scrimmage from the 36 to the 21. That's a huge swing there.
Puts them in field goal range, I'd say the very least. Pending the operation goes okay, but Valparaiso, I could tell you this, they want to get 7 or potentially 8.
So first down and 10 after the play. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Finley off right tackle inside the 20. 2-yard pickup on first and 10 for Gage.
Just really nothing going there. Again, the Chesterton defense has shown that they could tackle in space, whether, could start with what's going on inside. Really nothing up there for Valparaiso outside of, a quarterback draw maybe from Hosick. Then you take it to the outside trying to, test Chesterton horizontally, and also nothing. Those DBs, those tested DBs are playing very, very well, wrapping up, doing a great job at keeping Valparaiso at bay.
Lucas Anderson, the linebacker, the senior with the stop. Second down and 8 from the Chesterton 19, 11-point deficit for the Vikings, but they're marching. It's Cooper Gear up the middle. He's tripped up. That's a really nice play there. Zane Westerlin, who committed that 15-yard foul a couple of moments ago, makes up a little bit there with a nice ankle tackle, and it's third down and 7.
Just sweep the leg there. Yeah, I'm sure he wants his get back after giving them a free 15. Had a fantastic first half with just a name that a name and number I saw in the backfield, pressuring Hosick all night long, and after a penalty that's a tough one to swallow, gets right back and sets up a 3rd and 6. But Valparaiso, once again, these third downs, they seem to always kind of connect and dial up the right play here for this one.
Keep in mind, their kicker Faudner made one from 40 earlier. They're in field goal range if they want to take the points. Pressure coming. Hosick lets it fly. That ball's deflected, but it's caught, and it's a first down. Troy Danzy does it again, and they move the sticks.
That is just so frustrating for a defense to get home, and again, just a throw that's just kind of lofted in the air. Hosick's doing a great job of just getting the football out because he has been under duress nearly all night. Now setting up a 1st and goal, finds again getting the ball out of harm's way. Danzy doing a great job of corralling the catch, getting beyond the sticks, getting the first down. Now Valparaiso, they're threatening. They're threatening. They're maybe not doing it in the most efficient way, but they'll take it, especially if this results in potentially 6.
Goal to go. 1st and goal from the 9. Parisi flying in the backfield. Hosick hit as he throws, lofts it back in the end zone, and he overshoots Bernard.
Pass falls incomplete, intended for Sam Berard. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 9.
That was very chaotic for Valpo.
Yeah, a little bit of just window dressing there, a lot of motion, orbit motion, which we've seen just about all year. Just trying to give defenses different looks. And again, it's just such a it's interesting to see. It's such a tell, and it's again an area they're trying to work on. But 1st and goal when you're on the 10, 9-yard line, you'd expect Valpo to maybe run the ball. But with this personnel grouping,
Chesterton having all sorts of pre-snap personnel problems, and they have to call their 2nd timeout of the half. Keep that in mind as we go to the 4th quarter, which we're 96 seconds away from that.
I'd have to say so. Yeah, those are. Who knows? It seems like more often than not, burning timeouts early in close games like this come back to bite you.
Check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. The electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697. IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. A couple candidates already for that from our game here. Sure, we'll see some over the final 13 minutes and 36 seconds here from Chesterton.
Fun special teams play, some big passes, more so on Chesterton's side. Buzzer-beating touchdown from Valparaiso, and heck, whatever may transpire here in these next set of downs.
So 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Valparaiso down by 11. Down, but far from out. They go 5 wide on a goal-to-go situation. Hosick. Chesterton sends the house, flushed out to his right. His throw's bounced in there. There is a flag on the play. It came at the time of Hosick's pass, and it's going to be holding on Valparaiso.
Drive killer. Chesterton has just found ways to really make some noise in the backfield. And I've gotten guys home, and obviously, Valparaiso trying to put a Band-Aid on all that sometimes might lead to some holding calls. And now again, a goal to go sets up a 2nd and goal from the 19 all of a sudden.
That is so frustrating if you're Valpo.
No, at this point, I'm thinking.
Three shots here?
I want to try and get 3. I want to try and get some points. touchdown would be great, but let's get this to a one-score game.
Lovick pre-snap motion. Hosek looks far pylon, and it's incomplete. Oh, man, Bradley Robinson, if that ball stayed in bounds, would have had the easiest interception of his career.
Just a miscommunication there. Looked like it would be kind of a stop route, and Hosek thought otherwise. Thought it'd be more of a go route, try and get something towards the end zone. Again, like you said, got that ball out of harm's way. Happened a few times here so far in favor of Hosek.
3rd and goal from the 19. Hosek, Finley off to his right. Looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, throws on the run. Wide open, Lovick for the touchdown. Somehow, some way, the Vikings stay alive on a 3rd and goal conversion from the 19-yard line.
Just steps up in the pocket. I mean, it's something about 3rd down, Kevin, that just all the magic happens. I mean, Chesterton, you know he's going to throw the football. Now, did you know he was going to take a shot to the end zone? I mean, given the way Hosek just, manages the pocket, I mean, distributes the ball, I mean, his arm talent, his pocket awareness, and what we saw all there on that play, I mean, it's special what we're seeing. And again, another just a big-time play for this Valparaiso offense to cut into this lead and potentially make this a 3-point game.
They're going for 2 here. Hosek on a play fake, rolling out, throws, and it's incomplete. Looking for Venard. So it's 21-16. Valpo, no harm, no foul. You're going to need a second touchdown in there some way if you want to win the football game.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see their next drive, but that's a big-time 3rd down conversion. Kellen Hosek making more magic happen. Valpo only down by 5.
You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. If you're a contractor, it's my job to make your insurance coverage simple and affordable. Because I know time is money, I'll come to your business. Certificates and bonds are a snap. Wherever you are, whatever business you're in, we've got you covered. As Crowd Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowd Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Valparaiso to kick it back to Chesterton. 21-16, very much a ball game. 80 seconds left in the quarter, and then we still have a full 12 minutes left in this one. Good one here.
How lucky are we?
Trophy on the line. This is a Quintel kickoff from Trevor Fonner. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. It's a free kick out of bounds, so it's a penalty for Valparaiso. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Make sure to stay with us after the conclusion of the game, and we'll name the proud-to-be Union Play of the Game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com.
A less than ideal Quintel kickoff right there for after coming off of what was a fantastic drive once again from Valparaiso and Kellen Hosek with his 3rd down magic. Play that we were kind of talking about, a route that was potentially open on the play before Hosek steps up in the pocket, finds Lovig, and just a great throw on the run, on the money. Valparaiso cuts into the lead. How does Chesterton respond here?
Vikings down by 5. They respond with Andrew Gavea. Pile drives one man on the ground before he's taken down after a couple of yards on 1st and 10.
It's a good start there from Valparaiso, bottling him up. When you kind of keep him running horizontal, that benefits you as a defense. You do not want him to go north-south and again fall forward and chug for a few more yards. I take that as a win there for Valparaiso on 1st down.
Chesterton will have to run one play, all but likely before the end of the quarter, given the play clock and game clock difference. Single bank formation on 2nd down and 8. Gavea trying to bounce off right tackle. Flags down. Gavea is taken down in the backfield. Valparaiso gets him at the 30. We will check the marker with 35 ticks on the timer left.
We are seeing a little bit more of a motivated and hungry Valparaiso defensive unit that's, again, forcing Gouveia to run almost the wrong way, if you will, and some solid tackling over there. And I think at this point with the holding call, I'd consider declining this.
They do.
Yep.
Mike Dewan once again. Nostradamus.
Yeah.
You're perfect on the year, man.
Yeah. I'm perfect everywhere, at least to me.
Oh, man, the guys in the studio hear that. They're going to be honest and they're going to be the rest of the
wrong.
night.
Yeah. No, you're not.
3rd and 12. Boyd pulls it from Gouveia. Design and rollout. That pass is caught, but lit up there with a flag was Eli McGee. If that's a foul on the hit, I'm not a fan of that one.
It is so tough. It is such a bang-bang play, Kevin. Again, a nice pitch and catch here. But then again, he kind of lead with the shoulder there. We could slow that down. But it looks like it's going to be a first down there. We'll take a look at the replay once again. They're going to get him on the hit. We'll try and slow it down for you. Again, a nice pitch and catch, getting Hunter Boyd off platform, something he's done all night. And then as you see, I don't know, Kevin.
Yeah.
I don't know. But nonetheless, that is one way to end this quarter, with Valparaiso, the defense, potentially getting off the field. And then a play that is, there we go, it's a little bit slowed down here, Kevin. Good pitch and catch. I think he leads with the shoulder there. Again, he hits him high, but at that point, I don't know what you do. I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, tough call all around. It's a tough call for a referee to make. Because it's such a judgment call, and it's all kind of from the blind eye. We don't have much second looks at least on the field. But nonetheless, a big call that goes Chesterton's way.
Yeah, that was Brody Wheeler laying the pain there, and he was just shocked when he saw the flag come flying. If this was Saturdays, that's getting reviewed and likely getting overturned.
I'd say that. And again, Chesterton now gets to ride into the fourth quarter, putting their fours up, and now with the ball. A big call there, but how do these teams bounce back? I guess we'll have to find out here, Kevin.
You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
From lighting up Friday night football to powering the classrooms that shape the students of Lake County, IBEW Local 697 is proud to support our region schools and the communities we call home. A career as a union electrician could be your next great move. Your next cap might be a hard hat. IBEW Local 697, powering futures, powering the region.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot, the original George's Euro Spot in Chesterton, 219-926-5435. Gouveia sprinting forward and dives across the Valpo 35.
And Valparaiso, this defense, again, still on the field after a personal foul, unnecessary roughness call here. This was a 3rd and 12. Was short of the sticks. Call it what you want, but Chesterton stays on the field, and now it's Valparaiso's job defensively to hang their head high and not let that dwell over you, because this Chesterton team, they're going to try and milk that clock and take advantage of having the football still.
Raff in the motion, man. It's Gouveia who plunges forward for a Chesterton first down, and that first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. That one was good for 3. And you feel for Valpo because they finally get Gouveia down behind the line of scrimmage. They forced what they thought was a 3 and out, and for better or for worse, the officials took that play into their own hands.
It's a bang-bang play, and there's a lot could be said on it, but that's what happens, and you got to respond. Both sides.
Gavea bursts, lowers his shoulder, and he's 1.5 yards shy of the yard to gain.
And this, I imagine the fourth quarter has to be his favorite quarter because it is just, hey, we're going to give you the football and go win us this football game. Go milk this clock and impose your will on defenses.
Good for 9 there on that play. Give the ball a 13, block or get out of the way.
Yeah, no. Simple as that.
Second down and 1 here. 10.5 to play in regulation time. 21-16 Chesterton. Gus Wish, the motion man. He's got a receiving touchdown. Instead, it's Gavea taking bodies with him as he goes to the 19-yard line of the Vikings, and it's a first down for Chesterton. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
And once again, this is when the offensive line, it is just so fun to be an offensive lineman. And those guys up front, Carlos Leon, Malik Osladi, Jack Gerhardt, Braxton Ozug, and the whole crew, they just want to pound the rock and pound it again. Tyler Nevius as well, the left tackle. And they don't want to give it back, or they want to give it back with putting up some points up on the board and extending this lead. This game again, poised to come down to the wire given how these two teams typically play each other.
They are in field goal territory here, so they can come away with points given the strength of their kicker, Mace Redmond, the 6'2", 210 junior, who is 1 for 1 on the season. His lone field goal was a game winner week 2 at home against Morton. That was from 33 yards. Second down and 9. Single formation again. Gavea, the featured tailback. Moken, the motion man. Boyd fakes to Gavea, looking down the seam. One-on-one coverage, diving, but unable to make the catch. In the back of the end zone was Lewis Raffin. Valpo catches a break there. He sprung through the double team.
And it's just all set up. Again, you see this from Chesterton, that it's run, and they're going to churn those yards out, and then eventually they're going to mix in a play action, something that looks very, very similar to those inside zone plays that we see with Gavea. And every single one of those, it seems like they've had kind of a window, and it's just a connection that'll only build up over time. Again, you got a sophomore at quarterback getting his first full season of Friday Night Lights at the Duneland. Those throws will be routine come career's end.
3rd and 9. They're passing again. Valpo sends the house. Boyd under pressure, and they're going to get him. He dropped the ball at the end of the play. And the line of scrimmage will be dragged back to the 25-yard line. So now 4th down and long coming up here. Mark Peterson has to make a decision.
And a tough one. Because now it's... I think we're going to have to trust the kicker if I were them. But when you have the ball at the 24-yard line, that would set it up to be about a 41-yarder.
So Boyd was sacked. It's going to be 4th down and 15, clock running.
I'll tell you this, I do not want to burn my 3rd and final timeout, but...
Are they going to take the delay here? They're going to have to, or they're going to take their 3rd and final timeout. Wow, they are. With 8:29 left, Mark Peterson burns his 3rd and final timeout of the football game. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I wonder what was going on out there. Obviously, we saw Boyd lose his helmet, so that may end up kind of stopping things, at least we think, because I know he has to leave for a play, so that kind of throws a loop. If you lose your helmet, and if you're going to go for it on 4th and 13, you'd like to have your quarterback in the backfield, so that might have, kind of stalled things. But yeah, I'd say the big number to note here right now, 3-0 in terms of timeouts left. Valpo's got all 3.
We were joking here in halftime. If this is how the sport worked, they would have had 4. They took one with them into the half as well. Valparaiso did. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. Field goal unit sprints out there for Chesterton. And this will be a career long for Mace Redmond. 41-yard attempt. Not centered up, but pretty close to centered up. Trying to make it an 8-point ball game. 1 for 1 this season. Redmond is on the way, and he got it. 41 yards, a new career high for Mace Redmond. And Chesterton extends their lead to 24-16. We talked about the leg. You saw it right there. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Flag down on the return as bodies are plunging forward to the Valpo 38, but this is likely coming back.
Another special teams penalty. We've had quite a few on both sides, and after what was a pretty solid return for Valparaiso, looking to be backing them up, but we said this at the break. I mean, it is a win, I would say, for Valparaiso to only be in an 8-point game. Now a chance with this offense, who has looked better, kind of in the latter half of the second quarter, and then a little bit in the third quarter. And we could definitely trust them to maybe go down and potentially tie this thing up. These two teams were matched up twice last season, one time in Week 5, one time on the sectional championship. That first week went to overtime, a 1-point Valpo win, and the sectional championship, Valparaiso won that one by 7. So these two teams are pretty familiar with playing them close.
Valpo's won 13 straight in this rivalry matchup. These schools just separated by 7.2 miles. Valpo down by 8. Hosek to pass. He's been so good today. Pocket collapses, rolls out, throws across his body, and it's incomplete. Diving for it was Westerland in what could have been a possible game-sealing pick.
Ooh.
It was close.
No, a great job to extend the play, but, and like you said, gets it out of harm's way. Looks like two Chesterton Trojans did not come up with the football, but a helmet came off there, and looks like Finley will have to leave here for a play.
Second down and 10. Valpo, 8 minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock, all 3 timeouts. Plenty of time here for the visiting Vikings.
And they're letting them know, again, they're probably going to throw the football. The running attack has not been effective here tonight.
Gear the tailback. Hosek, design keeper, right up the middle, and he picks up 6.5.
Maybe I'm not perfect, but, I mean, the QB draw, that has been their most effective play, running the football, spreading out the defense, getting those guys out wide, finding rushing lanes for Kellen Hosek and putting up a lead blocker there in your tailback. But a 3rd and 4 here, I mean, this may be 2-play territory. I might be crazy, but
the way Chesterton's been running the ball, though, who knows when you can get that ball back.
That is true. Valparaiso, again, does have the 3 timeouts to Chesterton's 0. A number to look out for as this game keeps making its way towards its finish.
They burned 2 in the third quarter, Chesterton did. 3rd and 4. Empty set here for Kellen Hosek. Blitz coming, dumps it off. It's caught. First down. Parisi outside. And that's going to be first down. And now he's taken down. Parisi is across the 40-yard line. The referees come together. There's a flag down in the play as well.
There is a flag on the field.
If that's a penalty on Valpo, I'm confused as to where it came in. I know it came in during the play, but
yeah, and given the look of what happened, it looks like they're going to block in the back. They're taking a look at this replay here. Kevin got him a completed pass there, and he tried to bounce it outside. And again, when you
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm doing a Tony Romo right now. I don't know, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. We'll take a look at that one more time here.
That takes
For
away
all the viewers at home. Tries to bounce it outside. Looks like Lovig got a piece of him.
Yeah.
Sell job or not, that is the call on the field. And Valparaiso now backed up. Gotta probably have at least some of it. But that two-play, potentially having two plays here, that's no longer the case.
Backed up on their own 24. Hosek. Pocket collapsing. He's sacked. Ball comes out. Falling on it is an offensive lineman and Rigby Gora. And now the decision becomes very easy for Bill Marshall as 4th and very long is approaching.
Coverage sack there. Looks like Westerland there on the initial hit. Way to get back on the football, but Chesterton responds very, very well. Defense stands tall and does not make it any sort of decision for Valparaiso. Back in there as well for the Trojans looked to be number 47 there, Gabe Viallo.
Right there. That's now another penalty that has hurt Valparaiso in this football game as the referees come together. As the officials come together again.
All right.
Biggest stop now is needed by the Valpo defense. Coming up after this, Trevor Faulkner punt.
Need a clean operation here first and foremost.
It is clean. Lets it fly. It's a good one. Gets a favorable Valparaiso bounce into Chesterton territory as Robinson will let it go. It's touchdown by Anwar Banks at the Trojan 48-yard line.
Taking another look at would have been a first down for Valparaiso. A nice pitch and catch there. Bounces to the outside.
There is a flag on
Great effort there all around. You call it what you want. Back Valparaiso up. And Chesterton got...
In real time, the call looked much worse than when our crew did a great job slowing it down.
Oh, we got another flag on the field. This time a hold on Chesterton, so that'll back them up. Some more special teams penalties in case we didn't have enough already. Now on the ensuing third down for Valparaiso on their previous possession. Chesterton gets home finally. And a great job by the Valparaiso O-lineman to minimize the damage and fall on that football.
6:01 left. Valpo does have 3 timeouts. Keep in mind, no 2-minute warning at the high school level. Heavy formation. Gouveia again. Blockers forming. Gouveia powers forward, and away he goes inside the 40. Gouveia angles around a defender. There is a flag down, though, as Gouveia is taken down at the 19-yard line by Sam Thorgren, and this is going to wipe off a good chunk of this run.
Again, when you have, you're kind of zigging and zagging, as you see on the replay. Finds the hole, breaks a tackle. No arm tackles for you. But then you got the receivers blocking downfield, kind of trips over his feet. And when you're back, when his numbers are facing you, that'll back him up. But I believe that'll still be enough for a first down. But yeah, like you said, take away a big chunk of the yardage. But more importantly, big first down, gets it in enemy territory. And Gouveia still showing that fourth quarter strength despite carrying the load for however many times.
So following the penalty, ball now at the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Chesterton up by 8. Could put this game on ice here on this drive.
And I wouldn't expect any sort of sense of urgency here now. 12 on the play clock, and I'd imagine they're going to milk this down as much as they can.
Gouveia finds a hole left side and gets to the 30 on 2 yards on 1st and 10.
And Valparaiso, I would say, this set of downs, you especially need to make a play because Mace Redmond has shown that, he's been fantastic so far as a kicker for the Chesterton Trojans, and you cannot give him any more room if they were to stop them there. But this is kind of the area where it might be out of his range, might be a little bit too risky to kick the field goal, but if they get a first down, the Trojans could really salt this one away.
He made from 41, Redmond did on the last Chesterton drive, an 11-play, 65-yard march. Inside 5 minutes to play now. 2nd down and 8. Gouveia again right into the belly of the defense. And that time Valpo was ready for him. Another 2-yard pickup here, and here comes the biggest third down of the football game right here.
I'd have to say so. It's our weekly big third down here, if you will, and we got one right in front of us here, Kevin. The playbook definitely opens, but given what Chesterton's been able to do, I mean, I wouldn't mind maybe picking up 2-3 yards and really making a decision on fourth down, but picking up those yards probably through the legs of Andrew Govea. Hoping for him to dig deep and give me what you got left, because I know we've leaned on you a lot, but we're near the finish line here.
Wish the motion man, 3rd down and 6. Govea right up the middle, man. He's going to be taken down short of the line of game. He picks up 4 of the needed 6, and now here comes a decision for Mark Peterson, 4th down and 2.
And, I mean, Mace Redmond has been steady as a kicker, but I just don't know.
If you're Valpo, when do you burn that first time out here with the clock running down?
If not here, then it's going to be on those next set of downs. Or you might keep them. I think right here, Valparaiso, you cannot give them free yards. Make sure they snap this football first and foremost.
4 down territory, play clock down to 4. They give it off to Raffin, the motion man, trying to get to the edge, flag down at the spot, and this is going to send Chesterton back. Whether Raffin got the line again or not, I think this is going to be a block in the back now on Chesterton, and it is.
Did he get the first down is the question. It looks like on the replay, I don't know if he got it. Where's the initial spot here, first and foremost?
It looks like they're marking him a yard shy of it on field. The line to gain is the 28. They're spotting him at the 29-yard line.
And what a play there from Valparaiso to shed a block there. I believe that was Fedorchak.
And Valpo's going to decline a penalty, so it's a turnover on downs for Chesterton.
And they will take that. What a play there.
Result of the play is a Vikings first down.
They're going to spot him a yard short on 4th down and 2.
Correction, that is the junior linebacker, the captain, the lone junior captain of this team, Brody Wheeler, scraping, getting off the block, getting the shoestring tackle, and making the play of the game right now for the Valparaiso Vikings.
So 3:14, they have all 3 timeouts, down by 8, and a fresh life here.
I feel like for Valparaiso faithful, we've seen this before.
Hosek, pressure coming, looks, first down, Parisi across the 35. That one was good for 12.
And again, something very similar to what we've seen at the end of the first half as well. Again, this is a team that they are very, very potent throwing the football. And again, no matter if you're playing that soft coverage or not, they're going to make you pay. And right now, Valparaiso, a big chunk play to get momentum going. They want to keep the ball rolling.
It's a Four Seasons first down presented by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Far side. Love Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Hosek hurt again. So many different pressures from different names over there from Chesterton, but have not been able to really force an error and throw. They've had a dropped interception that led to a Valparaiso touchdown not long after. And Chesterton has just been missing that big defensive play. Yes, they had one on the previous drive, that potential, that forced fumble to set up fourth down, but they wouldn't mind another right here.
2nd down and 10 from their own 37. Hosek, plenty of time to pass. Looks over the middle. First down again. It's Bernard angling left inside the 40. Another Valparaiso first down to the 38-yard line. Chase Lovig has been the clutch man today along with Troy Danzy. It's another Four Seasons Mechanical first down, brought to you by our friends at Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists.
Now that's what happens when you give a quarterback like Hosek that much time to work. Not much pressure there in the backfield to force a hurried throw to just get it out of harm's way. That time Hosek could have really just set up shop back there, maybe have a meal or two, and find his man across the field.
Hosek hurried again, rolling out to his left, throws off his back foot into traffic, and it falls shy of his intended target of James Parisi.
Ooh, I mean, he just throws it to where they aren't when things really get bleak. As again, pressure comes there, and although interceptions has been kind of a number that's been creeping up, and it's something that might be expected of a gunslinger like Kellen Hosick and how much he's asked to do. He's done a great job of at least keeping the ball out of Chesterton's reach and hitting his guys accurately and making those plays when things do get kind of jumbled and get pressure in your face like he did just there.
Play clock inside of 5 here on 2nd down and 10 from the Chesterton 38. Hosick, clean pocket, down the seam. It's intercepted by Lucas Anderson. Anderson seals the deal. And for the first time in 11 years, puts Chesterton in position to win the Campbell Meridian Cup.
And just something we have not quite seen from Hosick all night. Just thrown in the double coverage. Lucas Anderson is a ball hawk, and seeing what he did last week against LaPorte and just tried to fit in a tough window. Anderson jumps that route, and now it's up to this Chesterton offense to potentially salt this game away. Valparaiso still with 3 timeouts in their back pocket, but got to get a stop and got to get one fast.
1 first down, you're just doing possession math here, likely does it. Valpo loads up the box. Think we know who getting this one. Andrew Gavea. Flag on the play as Gavea powers forward to the 43. So the clock will stop with 1:51 to go. And this play's coming back.
Hold your horses. Again, it's a killer. It's obviously that's going to early indication is holding. And you could ask a lot of Gavea, but getting a chunk play like right here, right now, set him back up on be a 1st and 20. There's been a lot of laundry on the field here tonight, Kevin.
Yes, there has. So now it's 1st and 20 from the 29, 1:51 and counting. Valpo's got 3 timeouts in their back pocket here.
That's why you keep them.
Keep Chesterton in front of the sticks now, and you're getting the ball back with one final shot. Gavea hurdles over a man and dives forward to the 33-yard line. Timeout Valparaiso, their first.
And that penalty just looms large. No matter what, you can still burn this clock, pick it up or not. But it may set up a potential, a 3rd down where you can't get greedy. And obviously, the 2nd down, that kind of, sets the table for what's to come on 3rd down. But I wouldn't want to put anything in harm's way. Try and get a good operation on this punt if we were to not get the 1st down. And play defense once again, but that penalty, it's tale as old as time. They're going to kill drives, they're going to kill momentum, and that would have been, a 6-yard game from Gavea on the first down? Just cannot happen. Penalties, the name of the game here all throughout tonight on both sides.
It's taken away what would have been a big Valpo first down, that block in the back. It's taken away a Valpo touchdown. Yep. It's taken away a 60-yard kick return by Chesterton. All over the place this evening.
And then that there, who knows? That could be one of the biggest calls of the evening right there on the first down hold.
Chesterton needs 16. Line to gain is the 49-yard line. Valpo showing pressure. Gavea off the edge. And 4 Vikings there with him. Taken down at the 39-yard line, the original line to gain. Bill Marshall burns timeout number 2 with 1:37 left.
I think here, again, 3rd and 11, we're just going to pound the rock one more time. Trust our defense to make another play. We were waiting for that Chesterton unit to, they forced Hosick into some interesting throws, some questionable throws, some decisions, and some got out of Chesterton's way and some did not. Lucas Anderson potentially makes the play of the game, but they may have to go back out there and do it again the offense stalls out, doesn't get the job done potentially, and maybe gives this Valpo offense one more chance.
Third and 10. They're back at the original line of scrimmage. Valpo a chance to get off the field and get one final crack, down by 8, but they need a stop. Gavea has been the go-to man all night long, the featured tailback here. 2 tight ends right of the formation. Raffin, the motion man for Chesterton. Gavea right up the middle, and he's tripped up. That's a great open field tackle there by Ben Fedorchuk. Stopped way short of the line to gain. Valpo will burn their final timeout, and now here's the decision for Mark Peterson. And you would think they would have to bring out the punt team here.
Oh, for sure. Looks like he almost had a lane there looking that back over. But, yeah, I mean, 4th and 6 here. Not much in the playbook, and at least nothing that's really worth it here, given the risk-reward.
Go back.
Just try and boot this away and see what we can do.
You go back to talking about that lane that Gavea had. Look at the way Fedorchuk tackled him on that play. I mean, that saves a first down and saves the game for Valpo.
Oh, no question about it. Again, you have to get out of your comfort zone when tackling. You have to take out the legs. They can't go anywhere without the legs. And whether it is, grabbing an ankle, grabbing whatever you can. But that's the key to tackling Andrew Gavea. And he almost still got away.
So now here's Mace Redmond looking to boot this one away and pin Valpo back very deep. James Parisi and Chase Lovick back deep to return. 1:30. No timeouts for either side at this point.
Yeah, Valparaiso are really going to have to use tempo, get up to the ball, and just manage the clock, try and get out of bounds. Chesterton, keep everything in the middle of the field.
Low snap, nearly blocked. That'll be a short punt. Parisi will take it, and he will be dropped down to the 24-yard line. A flag comes in after the end of the play as a Valpo and Chesterton player were tangled up on the Chesterton 47-yard line. So let's say this is a big foul either way. Personal foul on Valpo. Oh, my goodness.
And I didn't see what transpired. I know the old adage goes it's usually the second guy. There might be an instigator, but if you get caught, and looks like it's a personal foul too, so that'll be 15 yards. And it has been, the calls are not, it's tough to just chalk it up to, penalties really didn't go our way tonight. But you said again, Michigan City too as well against them. I mean, they racked up penalty yards on penalty yards. And this is something that cannot snowball over throughout the course of this Duneland season and potentially in the sectionals.
So they'll start on the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, no timeouts. 79 seconds left for Valpo. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to force overtime. Finley in motion. Hosek. Pressure comes underneath. Caught. And that is going to be Parisi, who's taken down well short of the line to gain. Valpo wanting a face mask. Clock still running, 1:03 left. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line.
And that's a win for Chesterton. Keep him in the middle of the field. It's you run that tunnel screen, and Trojans are like, yep, take it. We'll keep that clock running and gear up for second down.
5-yard pickup. Hosek down the seam. It is caught for a first down. It's Vennard across the 25. Valpo needs to go quick. 43 seconds left. They'll have to spike it here. And they will with 41 seconds left.
What a catch. And that's a bang-bang play there. Took a shot to the ribs. Hosek put it right on the money. You see there the route develops there. Finds him across the middle and takes a shot. Way to hold on to the football. And get up on the ball and spike that super quickly.
10-yard pickup. 2nd and 10 from the 27. 41 seconds left. Valpo's got 0 timeouts and have to go the length of the field. Hosek, quick throw. It's dropped. That's the ideal scenario if you're Valpo at that point. Save time.
Just try to get a quick hitter there. Yeah, almost like a spike in that. I mean, again, when you pick up the first down, you most of the times lose it down if you were to spike it right after, but they kind of serve as mini timeouts, if you will. But that time there, again, a chance to get potentially an upward first down there, at least a little bit of, a couple yards to make this a 3rd and manageable. And I imagine Valpo wants to try and pick up a good chunk of this here, Kevin.
3rd and 10. Got to find a way to get out of bounds, too. Save some clock. Hosek rolling out to his right. A lot of room to run. Hosek will take off. He picks up most of that. He'll get the first down. Or will he? No, they're going to mark him a yard short, but he was out of bounds with 30 seconds left.
That was a great block on the outside there. I thought Hosek had enough for the first. Taking a look here. Plenty of room to run. Holds the ball out. And now they're going to give him the first down. No. I thought he signaled a first down, but they're going to give him I thought he held the ball out there, Kevin.
I'm with you. I thought he did too. 4th down and 1. Ball game right here.
Got to have it.
Need 1. Hosek. Blitz coming. Flag on the play as Hosek lets it go. It's caught at the 40-yard line. It's Finley with the catch, and it's a holding. And so Chesterton will accept the yardage, as obviously that would have been a first down otherwise.
Yeah, had a guy in the backfield. And, this kid has been all over the field for the Trojans. Zane Westerlund forced the holding call, got in the backfield once again, and sets up now a 4th and long for this Valpo squad. But have a day, the junior, trying to take home the cup.
11 years ago to the day was the last time Chesterton defeated Valparaiso in a regular season game. Now they are 1 stop away from doing so. 22 seconds left, 4th down and 11 for Valparaiso. Gotta have it now here if you're the Vikings. Hosek, plenty of time. Down the sideline, he doesn't have it. He had a wide open receiver on the far sideline. It was James Parisi, the team's leading receiver, who had nothing but green grass in front of him, drops what could have been the game's tying touchdown.
Oh, I'm gutted. I'm gutted for him. He's had such a great game, such a great year, and it's just one of those where they have lost it in the lights, just almost too wide open at that point or whatnot. Put it right in the bucket. Great throw from Hosek. And one that this Valparaiso program is going to have to shake off here very, very quickly, because they got to gear up quick. But tonight is about the Chesterton Trojans making some history and bringing home the cup.
For the first time in 11 years, the Campbell Meridian Cup is headed back to Chesterton. The Trojans snap their 13-game losing streak to Valparaiso. Final score, Chesterton 24, Valparaiso 16. What a game. It came down to the wire like we thought it would.
It had it all, really. It did. And we'll talk about it in the post game. There's some spots to clean up, I'd say, all around. But it was quite the game. Went down to the photo finish. It was something we probably expected between these two squads. Always play each other so tough. And Valparaiso just outside of the fingertips over there in terms of tying this ball game up. And Chesterton made the plays when they needed to. Controlled the game just about. Made less mistakes, we could just about say. And more importantly, takes home some hardware.
Game lived up to all the hype and expectations. The cup belongs to Chesterton. We'll take a break. Post-game show on deck. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
When it comes to your money, you deserve more than just numbers on a page. You deserve someone who sees the full picture. Meet Mark Machnick, one of Northwest Indiana's most trusted accounting professionals. Whether you're running a business, planning for retirement, or just trying to make sense of tax season, Mark Machnick, located in Highland, makes it simple, personal, and believe it or not, painless. Contact Mark and his team today at 219-595-5290. Mark Machnick, CPA.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
What an environment as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, presented by George's Euro Spot in Chesterton. George's Euro Spot, the original George's Euro Spot in Chesterton, 219-926-5435. Captain Leader Mike DeWan with you. Closing down shop here at Chesterton High School. What a game it was in the Campbell Meridian Cup. Chesterton gets the cup back for the first time in 11 years. 11 years to the day since their last win in 2014. They bring it back in a wonderful high school football game from start to finish.
How could you not be romantic about high school football? I mean, it's a big win for the Trojans. It was a back-and-forth game. It was one that went down to the final possession for Valparaiso that, kind of just out of just a tough, gritty game on both sides. It was not the most perfect game from both teams. There's a lot of stuff that could be cleaned up, but from right now for Chesterton, starting with them, they're going to take this win. They're going to enjoy it. I could tell you who's especially going to enjoy it is head coach Mark Peterson. His first win against Valparaiso, winning the cup his first time. We talked about it in the Open that it was something that was so elusive. He's done a lot of great things with this program, but beating that top rival was a box that he looked to check, and he did just that here tonight. For Valparaiso, another one-score loss, their third one of the season, 1-4 now, which is, that's almost hard to say.
Yeah.
And it's just similar to like Chesterton, a team that obviously fell on the other side of this coin, but less than ideal game for Valparaiso, just in terms of just a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that did not go their way, whatever you could say of that, and then just that last play of the offense, just over the outstretched arms, Jimmy Parisi, a play he's going to want back. But it's, for them, got to move forward.
Got to move forward. And if you're Valparaiso, they came into tonight already in their worst 4-game start since 2018, which was that 2-2 start they had. They started 0-2 that year, started 0-2 again this year, but they rattled off 2 straight wins, have been able to piece together back-to-back wins. It's now their second 2-game losing streak of the season. Shall we hand out some hardware?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's time to name the Crowd Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowd Companies, the insurance professionals. And you can't come to Chesterton without talking about Andrew Govea. He is tonight's Crowd Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. What a performance. Another rushing touchdown for him, his third on the season. The team leader in carries, third in the Duneland Conference in carries and yards. Sees those numbers just skyrocket as he was the rock tonight for that offense.
Yeah, he kind of returned to his junior year self. He was a guy that, again, was depended on a lot given Chesterton's situation at this time last year. And this time around, At least at the early starts of the season, not so much. Again, the numbers were not quite there in terms of carries, yards, and whatnot. But tonight he went back to his junior year self. He wanted this cup bad, the senior, to get the win against Valparaiso. And, yeah, you mentioned scored a touchdown. I'd love to see his carries total, but it's a lot. I'd like to say he was a name that was bounced off the walls all throughout Chesterton High School tonight, and he's just a bruiser of a running back. Just a guy, again, you really want to base your team off of in terms of, hey, again, if we want to keep this offensive mentality that we are going to dominate you and chew the clock and control the game for all 4 quarters, he's the piece you want. And he is, again, continuing to snowball and really just, start to kind of pick up speed and play better and get used to, getting back to that old workload, what we saw in 2024.
I have an unofficial number here. You want to take a guess at it?
For carries?
For carries.
36.
38.
Okay.
So he had 41 last year against Valpo.
Goodness
he comes around
me.
with 38 in 2025.
Down year.
Against the Vikings. Yeah, no kidding. Down year. But then the rushing yards, though, might be up for him compared to last year's game on the road at Viking Field. Time to name the blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And the blue-collar player of the game tonight was Kellen Hosek, the quarterback of the Valparaiso Vikings. Another strong performance throwing the football for him.
And it seems like, he's been racking up these blue-collar awards. Now, I'm sure he's itching for that superhero award because that's usually rewarded to somebody on the winning team. And he's making these superhero plays, and some things. Again, it's a long football game, and there's going to be a throw that he's going to probably want back, that interception to Lucas Anderson late in the 4th quarter. But he did a better job of protecting the football and keeping it out of harm's way for most of the ball game. Had 2 passing touchdowns, and just continuing to be that guy. Although again the role is a heck of a lot different this time around. Now again, we're relying on you. You have a year under your belt. You are supposed to be that guy going forward, and he's done some fantastic things. And again, I'm gutted for him because it's his senior season. When you lose to a big rival like this, it's going to stick with you for quite some time. But a bright future ahead of him, and this team's only hoping to get better over the course of the season. But it's a tough stretch. It's a weird and frustrating stretch for Valparaiso. But Kellen Hosek should hang his head high, and if he does that, the rest of the team will definitely follow because he's a captain. He's the quarterback, and he's the leader of this team.
It's hard to believe Valparaiso has already matched their loss total from 2024 through their first 5 games here in 2025.
Yeah, and again, I think one red flag with 2 of those losses, again, we could maybe chalk up the first 2 losses, Penn and Brother Rice. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's very, very tough. And now you have 2 sectional opponents back-to-back weeks. Yes, you're on the road, however much that plays into effect, but you got to be playing better football come October. You got to limit those penalties. You got to limit turnovers, limit mistakes, and get going.
Last but certainly not least, it's time to name the proud to be Union play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Ironworkers Local 395. To find out how you can become a Union Ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. And tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game was the 38-yard touchdown pass from Hunter Boyd to the fullback and tight end Patrick Moken.
Got to give love to our fullbacks. After a penalty that kept the Chesterton offense on the field, take a big shot here. 4 verts there. Find your man outside the numbers. Walk right into the end zone. This place was bedlam, to say the least, after that. Got Chesterton out to a big lead, that one that they would not relinquish for the course of the game. But, this was such a fun environment. The students came out to play. It was, packed on both sides. 2 communities that, again, not separated by so much. And then when you're playing for a trophy like the Campbell Meridian Cup, it's going to be a packed house. It's going to be a fun environment. We had a great game here on the Region Sports Network tonight.
Made it a 14-3 game at the time. You're thinking Chesterton's going all breaks. Valparaiso, though, a valiant comeback. That was tonight's Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. Union Strong. Thank you again to everyone for watching, and a special thanks to our executive producer, Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our sales manager, Heather Ames, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dwan. Hey, wait, that's you, isn't it?
That's me. Thanks.
Special thanks to our camera operator, Thomas Marsh, to the coaches of both sides, Bill Marshall, Mark Peterson, the athletic directors for Valparaiso, it's Stacy Adams, for Chesterton, it's Jeff Hamstrup, and last but certainly not least, to the viewers like you at home at Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. Once again, your final, Chesterton 24, Valparaiso 16. The Campbell Meridian Cup is coming back to Chesterton for the first time in 11 years. This is Kevin Later saying so long, and thank you for watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.